Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for all of your messages. Craig is here, so is Shaka, so is Don. We continue the conversation you may have seen on Extra Time yesterday. Erling Halend, not even a top 20 striker, of course, according to Frank Leboeuf. That was pretty much put to bed during this discussion. But have you ever seen Craig backtrack so much in his life, Don? It was fantastic to see.
Oh, Dan, top presenting. You've had him absolutely backtracking for fun. Look at him. See what he said as well. I was just chucking some names out there. It's still your fault for chucking him in.
Berbatov.
I didn't say, but why are you kissing his backside? He doesn't give out contracts at this company. He's merely an employee.
Listen, you don't shift the blame.
Yeah.
Don't
And I
shift
think
the
you're right,
blame.
I was not backtracking. I was making a cohesive argument
Right.
as to why.
Why looking at me? I'm straight up to this now.
What would you say? I just said Mark Hughes because he was my mate.
I was bored. I was bored at that point. I've been on the air for like an hour and a half. Oh my God, I was so discombobulated with the Liverpool discussion.
Berbatov.
Dan, did you see that tweet I got? Dan, did you see the tweet I got the other day? I got a tweet the other day. It mentions you, Craig.
There you are.
It mentions you.
What does it
Listen
say?
in. So I got a tweet saying, I really don't like Kay Murray. I really don't like Dan.
Oh.
They're really unfair to you, Don. They bully you.
Oh.
In fact, Craig's the worst. He made you cry on the show once. And I said, rubbish. I was like, rubbish. It's all good-natured.
Who did I make cry?
Don.
Made Don cry?
Yeah, apparently.
Me, apparently. I mean, I can't remember it.
I believe that. I believe you did.
I remember when you came on the show and you were really ill, Don, and halfway through you went, I'm sorry, I just can't carry on.
Yeah, it's probably that one. I couldn't speak.
Having a breakdown.
Right, both Slot and Flick, Don, overachieved last year. Both of their teams didn't play in the Club World Cup this summer. Is this regression to the mean or something more?
No, I mean, listen, Hansi Flick bingo, but that high line is just ridiculous when you watch them. It's cost them against PSG, cost them the other day. It's something they're going to have to address. I think the Slot one's just because of, listen, how long we got on Liverpool.
Yeah, they did it yesterday, don't worry.
There's been so many players that have been brought in. Yeah, they're missing Luis Diaz, they're missing Trent. I genuinely think they're halfway through a rebuild and they still need 3 or 4.
Pundits for the NBA and NFL, Don, talk about players maxing out in a contract year and then coasting once they have their new deal. Is Salah guilty of this?
No, I think Salah's unlucky that now he's lost Trent, who he had for like 6 or 7 years behind him or whatever it was, who's raking 50-yard passes, would take Liverpool up the pitch. Someone again posted something on X the other day. I can't remember the game. I want to say it was against West Ham where he was at full back and he drilled a ball along the floor, like literally, an inch off the floor, and he drilled it in behind loads of cut spin and like backspin right into the path of Salah. He ran on and scored. So no, listen, you can't write him off, Dan. We'll be sat here in a week's time. He'll score 2 against Man United. Liverpool win 5 and they'll be back again.
Don, your internet's a bit dodgy today.
Yeah.
Contract year, did you try harder? No, you always gave 100%. It's just the
110. I would give 110%.
I didn't get. You can factually never give 110.
No, exactly. That's what's so annoying when people say that.
110 in my contract year.
I'm gonna go
100 every other year.
Yes, exactly.
That year I gave it 150. I only ever went into my last. I did it Derby actually. At Chelsea, I was going into my last year.
Right.
Literally, when they sold me to Celtic. At Celtic,
Okay.
I didn't. Derby was a different scenario. But no.
What about you, Shaq?
I don't think so.
People kept letting me go for free.
No, you don't. You were the record for a goalkeeper, weren't you, when you moved?
Reading, Reddington. Yeah. That was a long old time ago.
Broken records. Hearing about it for 10 years.
It's like giving Scottish Player of the Year.
Get it right.
Scottish Writers Player.
Football Writers Player.
Yeah, sorry.
No, try your best all the time.
All right, Don.
No, you try your best. No, you try your best all the time.
All right, nice lesson.
Trying to get a new contract now, Don.
What one is
Right.
it? When you make as many moves as Don,
Right.
is it because
Wow.
is it because other clubs want you, or the clubs you're at want rid of you?
Don, would you like to address that question?
Which one is it done?
Do you know what? I didn't realise until about 10 years ago, Dan, to answer Craig's question there. I've never played 100 games for anyone.
Wow.
So there might be something in the latter in what Craig said there.
Troublemaker. That's what we're hearing, Don. That's what it looks like.
If you've got a
Bad
problem,
apple.
If you've got a problem at a club, give it to somebody else.
Ah, I see. Pass the buck. Oh, I can never get this guy's name right. Don, what
Frank.
What percentage chance do you give Waltemada to score over...
Waltemada.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
You said Walter.
I don't think I did. I think I gave it a Waltemada.
On tape.
Go again.
No, I just did it. Waltemada.
Right,
There you go. To score over 15 goals in all competitions this season. Oh, it's easy.
Oh, quite high.
Yeah.
70.
70%?
He's already got, like, what's he got? 3?
3.
Yeah.
Has he got 3?
3.
You're on the ball. On that computer again.
3. Just go with it.
I could just guess.
Looked all right, didn't he? Karl-Heinz Rummenigge doesn't think so.
Oh, no?
You not see what he said?
No, I didn't. What did he
You see what
say?
he said, Don, about Waltemada?
What?
He called Newcastle idiots.
Terrible.
What, for buying him?
They've got a bad habit in Germany, particularly Bayern, of coming out and talking about other players.
Yeah.
Whether it's because they wanted him as a squad player, ended up with Nicol.
So why Newcastle idiots?
For spending obscene amounts of money on a player who's not good enough.
Oh, well, he's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah. But I'm just saying they have a propensity
Who they tried to buy twice.
to come out and talk about other players. Ole Hoeneß, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. It's not even their player.
I'm being told 4 goals.
Oh, he's better than Erling Halend.
Craig, do you still rank...
Whoever made that graphic, I'm going to punch them. Oh, sorry, did HR do that? Who is it?
Craig,
It's the same boys I was praising yesterday. I'm going to come up down at that gallery and dish out a good
Right.
whatever. And as for you,
Bernie, get on with it.
as for you,
God, do you still rank Pedri and De Jong as the best midfield duo currently in the game?
did I say that?
Yes.
I said they're one of the best.
Well, are they still one of the best in the game?
Yes. Yeah, they didn't. You wouldn't have seen the Sevilla game.
Sevilla, Barcelona. Sevilla first half, they were brilliant. Barcelona were terrible.
Barcelona were terrible, full stop. But those two hardly got a kick, and that's very, very unusual. But yeah, I mean, what are we, recency bias here? I mean, just what? Yeah,
No, we're the opposite of recency bias with Peter Osgood.
No, but I'm talking about one really bad game at the weekend, and Pedri and De Jong are not two of the best midfielders. Spare me.
You talk about stubborn head coaches who don't change their tactics when things are going wrong. Did you ever play under one?
I don't think so.
What was Harry like in that scenario?
Harry would
Just
This is
change
Harry
it.
Redknapp.
Yeah, Harry would make it up
What about
as he
Jim?
goes along. Oh,
Jim
Jim-
Smith.
Jim-
That has to be the best management duo.
Oh,
Not for football. Although Harry Redknapp was a great manager, and so was Jim. But those two together.
Probably the only one that maybe falls into that category is Kevin Keegan.
Right.
In that he wanted to attack. I mean, he said that to me when I joined. He's like, listen, we're not going to keep many clean sheets here.
Oh, okay. Well, we just signed you. What do you expect?
Yeah, so that's why we signed you. But he just wanted to play on the front foot and bought defenders who could attack. Philippe Albert was very good in balls. Steve Howie, probably the only out-and-out defender we had was Darren Peacock. That's how he played and didn't change regardless.
Don, you played under many managers.
No,
Not for very long, though,
No, I think managers had their sort of philosophy, but they were versatile. Yeah, not for very long. They were versatile. I think back in our day, I think they put it on the players a lot more, and we liked it. You know, managers could only do so much back in our day because they had to do everything. They had to do, you know, leading the team. They had to do set plays. They had to take care of goalkeepers, take care of the press, take care of everything going on. They never had enough time to try and do everything themselves. So I think they put a lot more onto the players, and I think a lot more games in our day, I don't know if the boys agree, turned into 50-50 games. It wasn't really in the early 90s about tactics. More or less every single team played the same system, so it was right, man on man, who can get the best of their opponents, who's the best team on the day.
I mean, I think it'd be real fun coming into training now and working with a throw-in coach.
Yeah, I think you'd...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you'd...
With a drive-y pot. I'm not saying
There's
nothing in it. Of course, all these teams have various coaches, as Don mentioned. But, you know, as players, you want to come in and have a good, sharp training session. And that's what generally we did back in the day. There wasn't as much of this sort of tactical stuff. The game has just changed in that sense. But Craig Brown was one. It's got the old Scotland manager. He only once in my 10 years there changed the system that we played, only once. And that was the game at Wembley, because we were 2-0 down against England from the first leg. We changed to a 3-4-3. It wasn't drastic, still 3 at the back. But we had 3 up front, 2 wide players and Don. But he was 3-5-2 regardless of scoreline.
What was the score in that game?
The one at Wembley. 1-0.
And who scored?
Well, he wasn't on comms that night.
Are you sure? You sure?
By the way, did we play 3 at the back at Wembley? Because I can't remember that. Are you sure?
Yeah, we played 3-4-3 that day, Don, instead of 3-5-2.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. We played 4 at the back, and I played up front with Dodsey.
No.
We never played 3 at the back.
We did, yeah.
All right,
You've made that up.
All right, nobody cares.
You've made that up.
Nobody.
That's right. Birdie's having a
did.
shocker. Another thing he's got wrong today.
Well, all you need to know is, and by the way, and Don will attest to this, we absolutely battered England that night.
And then did you go through?
Pumped them.
Oh no, because it was 2-0, wasn't it?
I'm still after this.
Pierluigi Collina was refereeing and he conspired against us that night.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit of English bias.
Right.
David Seaman made an unbelievable save right at the end.
Oh dear.
And how did England get on at the Euros when they got there? They
Christian
disgraced
Daly.
the country.
Disgrace.
Kevin Keegan got the sack.
For all, as an ex-pro, you've spent countless hours travelling. What's the biggest, most absurd diva demand?
I'm going to look up that team from Wembley.
Right.
Carry on.
Right. What's the biggest diva demand?
I'm telling you now, we didn't play 3 at the back.
Yes, we did.
Oh, no, Don's got his glasses on.
What are you doing, Don?
I have no
Are
idea.
you looking up something as well? Oh, you're reading the question.
I'm just reading it. I'm reading it.
Okay.
I'm reading it.
Diva teammate on a trip. Did you have any?
Divas.
Yes.
Million. Paolo.
What did he
Paolo
do?
Di Canio is the
What
big
was his
one.
demand?
It wasn't so much he just demanded everything, Dan. It was like all about himself. I mean, he hated flying. So I can remember we were at Stansted and he was like petrified of flying, so he used to get a car everywhere to the northwest. And Glenn Roeder somehow persuaded him, I think we were playing Newcastle, I can't remember, I think it was Newcastle. And somehow Glenn and Paul Goddard persuaded him to get on the plane at Stansted. And as he got on the plane, like he's a bit petrified, like a nervous wreck. And he sat in his seat. But John Moncur was sat next to him, and John Moncur went, Paolo. He went, is that rivet not meant to be a little bit tighter in that window?
Very good.
Sprinted off, and they had to put a taxi. They had to put a taxi from London up to Newcastle for him.
Right, here's how you're wrong, Don, right? I'm going to tell you now. David Weir played, Christian Daly played, and Colin Hendry played.
Yep.
And Callum Davison played.
Yep.
Yeah. Callum Davison played left wing. Shut
left
up.
back, yeah.
Callum Davison played left wing back,
And I say, let's get this show out and done with.
and I played right wing back. Yes, I played right wing back, Don, that night.
You didn't. You played right wing. And it
No,
was
but
Barry
I don't-
Ferguson and John Collins in the middle of the park, Neil McCann on the left, and me and Billy Dodds up front.
You're trying to tell me I played right wing.
Don't look at me. I'm out of this.
Yes.
The glasses are on. Very attractive glasses.
Never played right wing in my
Me and
life.
Doddsy up front. Doddsy trying to nick the goal off me.
Dodgy played off the right. That's why you're not a manager.
Right.
He didn't.
Right. Moving on from this fascinating discussion.
He did.
As an ex-pro, oh no, is that the last question?
The last one?
Ah, that's it. Good, we're done.
Oh, thank God, this show's been exhausting
Well,
today.
it's because you've been so wrong all the time.
Craig's had a shocker.
Is that a stinker?
Listen, listen, I'm done.
Craig's worst show ever. That's his worst show
Not the
ever.
worst show ever. Oh, wow. I mean,
That is it. That brings us to the end of today. Are you on tomorrow as well?
I am on tomorrow. I feel like, Jesus, give me a day off, will you? I'm not watching that international guff
Oh, what's happening? Is there international games?
Yes.
Oh, who's playing?
Give some
Who's
more.
playing?
Nobody cares.
Oh, Scotland are playing.
Exactly.
Will it be a 3-4-3?
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. There's Jan, Frank,
Yeah.
Craig and
badge.
Stevie.
What is that?
We've lost his mic. Did he take his mic off and put it in his eye?
A coin.
I can't hear you, Jan, which is not a bad thing.
Hey, I just want to, Kay, if I may, do you know the guy was the goalkeeper's name on Somalia, Algeria, in the Algeria goalkeeper? Do you know what his name was?
Yeah, of course we do.
We've got that information. Why, Frank?
Give me a second.
She slipped my mind.
Okay, all right. That was Zidane. Lucas Zidane in goal.
Was it? Brilliant.
Somebody playing an organ in the background. What's that?
It's like a white noise machine or something
Wait,
in the
you-
background.
Are you in
What
a
is
church? Is that church pews?
What are you doing?
Where's the music
What is
coming
that?
from?
It's a harp. It's one of them, isn't it? It's a harp.
It's not me.
Okay.
All right, it's gone.
It's
All
not
right,
me.
it's gone.
You either play
Okay.
a harp like that.
Okay.
2 thumbs, isn't it? A harp.
All right. Yesterday,
Whatever.
Craig said, the standing of defending in the Premier League
What?
has
The
diminished.
what? The what?
The standard of defending in the Premier League has diminished.
Over the years.
Agree or disagree?
100%.
Agree.
Absolutely. Well, when half of your back four is playing because of what they can do going forward, as opposed to what they can do defensively, there's not an argument.
Well,
That's
I
every
was
team,
just-
by the way. We're talking about every team. We're not talking about a couple of teams. We're talking about every team. So, 100%.
hey, as a player in the 90s, as a striker, I must agree, of course. But the boys will have a go at me. But if you saw the qualification round today, you saw Malta trying to play out from the back against the Netherlands. Then I say, auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
Frank,
Yes, it even makes me, having been a very good defender, where I always thought I wasn't a great defender. I was good, with the ball, but I wasn't the best defender ever, for sure. But comparing to what I see right now, I became a very good defender. No, but it's, that's quite insane.
okay.
Well
Right
done, Craig Ballet.
Hey.
Agreed.
Proven right again about all this striker stuff.
No. That's another discussion. Don't start again,
Yeah.
Craig. Don't
Yeah.
start again.
He's going to have an easier time on
Don't
today's show.
don't jump on that.
He
Jan, don't
just talked
answer.
against
It was-
himself, Jan, there, didn't he?
Well,
About the defenders. He just talked against himself, against his own argument.
No, you guys doing that
Yeah,
because you're
true.
You
discussing
just did
another
it.
thing.
He just
You
did
do
it.
another thing. You do another thing. We're talking about the best strikers, that the best striker of today would even be good in the 90s.
Yes, and the argument was it's
Yeah,
easier
that's-
to score goals because the
You
defenders
said
are
there
not
were
good.
20
and unless my
20 strikers
ears
better
are
than Erling
deceiving me, Mr.
20
Jan-
striker better than Erling Haaland. That was your quote.
no, that
Jan
was
said,
Frank.
That was
Yes,
Frank was
defenders are not as
remarkably
good
quiet
today.
when the big argument was going on in that segment today. After saying there were 20 better than Haaland, he just sat quietly and watched everybody else argue.
Well, because we cannot all talk together because people, our audience, don't understand anything. So that's why I rather stay quiet because if I'm not heard, what's the point of it? I get upset for nothing.
Okay, Craig.
Now, I'm
Okay.
not saying I'm not admitting any way, shape, or form that I was wrong or we were wrong.
Why change the habit of a lifetime?
No, I am not. However, I am more than prepared to sit here at any point during international week and argue till the cows come home about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's how.
well, and you would win again.
Here is a question coming straight to you. It's Mark Viduka's birthday. Anyone have any stories about him?
Viduka. I swore at him once in Yugoslavian. I caught him off guard.
How do you know?
Well,
Who
he's-
told you Yugoslavian
Well,
swear
because-
words?
Well, it's Croatian.
Yeah, but the old Yugoslavia.
yeah.
It was a big
So one
part
of his,
of the old
I
Yugoslavia.
played with one of his teammates,
Stefanovic.
Stefanovic, yeah. at Sheffield Wednesday. And he taught me all the swear words in their language, right? And so we went to Villa.
Don't even go there.
Viduka
Don't
was
even
at
go
Villa.
there.
Viduka was at Villa. And we're walking up, I was walking
Was he
up.
ever at, one second, was he ever at Villa?
Aye.
Was he?
Oh no, it's the wrong guy.
You're talking about
It's
wrong
Leeds.
guy.
You're talking about
Leeds.
Milosevic. It was at Villa.
Aye. No, the other one. There's another
No.
one. There's another one. I've got the wrong guy.
Well, Mark Viduka is he's an
I know.
Australian Croat.
Yeah, Celtic, aye.
Or a Croat. He's an Aussie Croat, and his surname starts with V.
I was thinking of somebody else.
Thank God it's not live. Thank God it's
Well,
not
anyway, I'll
live.
tell you the story anyway.
We might as well now.
Who
was it?
We're walking up the corridor. I can see him in my head. I can't get his name.
Midfielder,
He was a forward.
the big tall lad.
Aye.
Milosevic.
Walking up the corridor.
Mark Utley?
Oh, it was Milosevic, you're right, aye.
Milosevic. I knew I was right.
Walking up the corridor.
Alan McAnally.
Yeah. And he's went to Stefanovic and shook hands and said something in whatever language they speak. And then he turned to me and went like that, and I went like that, and I went, 3 words all strung together. And he just looked at me like that. Just pregnant pause. And then Stefanovic started laughing, and then he got it. But he wasn't happy with
To be
it.
fair though, I mean, it's
He wasn't happy.
And it wasn't Viduka.
And it wasn't Viduka. Other than that.
Happy birthday, Mark.
well, they're quite similar, aren't they?
Next question.
Savo
Happy birthday.
Milosevic and Mark Viduka.
Next question. Next
Well,
question.
any stories? Well, he disappeared. He signed for Celtic when I was there. Nice lad, very good player. And he disappeared back to Croatia because he had a disagreement over some sort of contract, and so nobody could find him. Yeah. And then we did ask him to go, if he wanted to go horse racing one day, because we were having a bonding session with the boys.
Yeah.
Bonding.
And we were going to Hamilton Racecourse, watch the horse racing. And he's do you want to come, Vidux? And he went, is it indoors?
Right.
Now, I might be wrong. But is there any place where there is indoor horse racing
No.
on the planet?
No.
Big, strong boy, great first touch, good player, most laid-back man on the planet. Coming to training, you're training at 10:30, he's coming in at 10:25. You're getting in the car to go to training, he's pulling his socks up. That's kind of how Vidux was, just laid back. I believe he's got a coffee shop or something now.
Yeah. We loved him at the Borough.
No.
He's a good player.
That's the other guy.
Oh, that's
Craig, that's
Savo
the other guy.
Milosevic's coffee shop.
He actually does have a coffee shop right now. Viduka, that is. You had any Viduka stories?
No, I didn't
No?
play with him. We had, as you know, Kay, we had another guy called Emerson, the Brazilian,
Yeah.
that used to go back to Brazil as well. He just left us and came home then and again. They said he was in love. I don't know, but he got away from us, didn't he, for a couple of 3 games,
Yeah.
and then he come back.
Well,
He
we-
did a Viduka.
Viduka
Or as
delivered
me-
for Middlesbrough, though.
We played.
Yeah, it was
just quick-
very good for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, we played against Croatia Zagreb, and it was basically almost the Croatia Zagreb team that had got to the semi-final of the World Cup in France. Kind of most of their players, and we played them in a Champions League qualifier, whatever it was, 2 legs. Prozinecki and all them were playing, and Vidux was playing up front. We beat them at Celtic Park. We went over to Zagreb. We got hammered, right, I think 3-0. Vidux up front was tossing. We had 2 big centre halves, Matt Reaper and Alan Stubbs, and he tossed them all over the field.
Yeah, bad defenders in the 90s.
They would have ate Erling Halend for dinner. And I think Stubbs had come in, there was blood coming from his nose. Reaper had a big cut of hair, and we were like that. Sign him. We need to sign him. Because he was a handful. But it depended what
day of the week it was.
What day of the week it was for Vidux. if it was the right day of the week for Big Mark, he was and you might see this because he's in Australia now, because we go out in Australia.
Yeah, I wonder where the coffee shop is, maybe.
Milosevic has got the one in Australia.
He's got no tellies in his though.
If he fancied it, Mark Viduka, he was a handful.
Yeah, great
Absolute
striker.
handful.
Yeah, nice stuff. Okay. Frank, what's the closest you've come to a complete meltdown on the pitch and why?
What is a meltdown? I'm sorry.
When
Losing the plot.
Oh, yeah.
when you were completely
It could be anything. Like when you see red, you get super angry, you get super frustrated,
You
super
lose it.
angry, and you lose it.
Why don't we write it down?
complete meltdown. Well, you know what? Craig was mentioning the fact that we played with the away shirt of Coventry at Coventry because we forgot our away shirt and we lost that game. And I got comedy credit I took, and I want to hope the fans of Coventry will forgive me, but I took the shirt off and I threw it on the floor, which I didn't think about that, but the FA sent me a letter saying that I was completely ashamed what I've done, what I did, and they were right. But I got mad because I really thought that we lost because of that, and that was insane for me for somebody to forget our away shirt. And but I made a huge mistake throwing the Coventry shirt down on the floor. But yeah, that was I remember that. That was insane.
Well, Jan had a meltdown on the live show tonight at the very thought of a discussion about Erling Halend.
To be fair, I didn't have a meltdown because I was there. I was in my zone, but because I listened to your show yesterday and yeah, okay, it was terrible. Craig,
well, it was described as
you had one of the worst days of your life at ESPN, but that's another story. I had a meltdown. I had a meltdown. I had a meltdown in training once. I played with a guy called Andy Much, and Andy Much was the colleague of Steve Bull in Wolverhampton. Remember him? And I came to England. I was struggling to scoring goals, and Andy Much came to Swindon, and he wanted to tell me everything I should do on a football pitch. You know, one of those players. Jan, go there. You this. And me with lack of self-confidence, I didn't score. I was struggling and go on. So one day I said to my wife, today I'm going to kick him down in training. I'm going to kick him so hard that he can't stand up again. And my wife said, you're stupid, but you know that you knew that anyway. She married me. But she was standing there, and I said, and Andy Much came on to me, and he was like, Jan, I want you to do this in training today. This is how you're going to improve. And I was thinking, go away from me. I'm a Norwegian international. Why should you tell me? And then he came to me. I kicked him down so hard in training that he fell over, got injured, and he stood up and he looked me right in the eyes and he said, that's what I want you to do, Jan. And since then, we was the best of friends. So I think that is a good story.
You know, yesterday Dan said the same thing to me.
In the 90s.
He says to me yesterday, Dan, this is your worst ever show for ESPN. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it was. I think there has been much worse. And I can bring it down
It's
lower.
a hard competition.
Listen, I can take it even lower. You don't worry about that. No. You know, I once got kicked in David Linnigan, who was Andy Linnigan's brother, for those slightly older, played for Arsenal. And David Linnigan played for Ipswich at some point in his career, and my uncle was the manager, and he gave him a free transfer. And I think he went to Blackpool. And we played Blackpool in the League Cup, and he almost smashed me in two pieces. And as I was picking myself up, he said, that's because your uncle gave me a free transfer. I went, I'm serious. He went, that's for your uncle. And I went, I don't even like him. I'm serious.
Do you ever lose it, Stevie?
No.
No.
No, calm and
No.
He just calm and composed.
No, I don't.
The only
just
time
won.
he would
They
lose
just
it.
won.
The only time he would lose it, I reckon, if somebody stole his shepherd's pie.
Wait, didn't you almost kick someone in the FA Cup final against Everton?
What do you mean almost kick somebody?
Yeah, but I knew exactly what I was doing. I never lost it.
You just
I knew exactly what I was doing.
premeditated.
Aye, food and beer.
And watching Liverpool.
Food and beer.
Or the golf.
Yeah, no, food and beer. The first couple of trips I was with Liverpool, we'd get on a bus, away from home, 7 o'clock dinner, and I'm sat there and I'm waiting on the chips because everyone was like service at the time, you know. They come around, a huge big silver tray over your shoulder, like put the chips on your plate. And so I'm sat there. So there's a couple of people going around this, and I'm sat waiting, right? And then I see the two of them walking off towards the kitchen, and I'm like that. Excuse me. And they're like looking at me, and then they keep walking. I'm like, so I don't know what to do. Because I've only just joined, and I'm like, generally kind of try to sit and not be seen, and I'm like, I can feel myself inside, I'm seething. And the girl comes back out again, I'm like, excuse me. She came on, I said, can you tell me where the chips are? And she went, I'm sorry, you're not allowed any. I went, what do you mean I'm not allowed any? She said, well, the management have told me you're not allowed to have any chips. And I was like that. I said, get me the chips. Then I saw them all laughing, and I went, sorry. They actually went and brought me the chips. I was raging. You know when you're sitting bubbling, you try and be invisible, but inside I'm raging because they never gave me any French fries.
Mild-mannered until it comes to food.
On the pitch, no danger. I was calm as a cucumber.
Savo Milosevic, he was allowed them.
Oh, he was.
Yeah. You got a chips cafe now.
Next question. Do any of your former clubs have an employee, such as a kitman or a tea lady, who has been or was there forever and is a club institution, like Shaka for ESPN FC?
Yeah, John Clark, Celtic. He just died 3-4 months ago. John Clark was the kitman at Celtic when I was there. He was the kitman before I was there, and probably for some time after. John Clark, for those that want to look it up, if you can bother, was part of the Celtic side that was the first British team to win the European Cup in 1967, with a team of 11 Scottish players, all from within 20 miles of Glasgow. Never ever be done. Never happen again. Billy McNeil was captain, Jinky Johnston, you name it. They were all legends. Yeah. And John was part of that team that made history. Not Man United, not Liverpool, not Celtic Football Club were the first team to win it, and he was part of it. And he became the kit man, and he was the most down-to-earth, quiet guy you'd ever meet.
The Lisbon Lions, right?
The Lisbon Lions.
Yeah.
The Lisbon Lions. And to go from that, you know, it must have been frustrating for him in a sense, you know, because he was in the technical area, what we used to call it the dugout, for all the games. And he saw some good Celtic teams and some terrible ones and some average ones, and it, you know, has to be frustrating for him, knowing how successful and how great they were. Just to sit there and say nothing. So he was, that for me is a great story of somebody going from there to there.
It's a great story, and that's what clubs are about. And we all of us have played for different clubs, and there are always some people who have been there all the time and so kind to tell you the story about the club, which is brilliant. I came back to Middlesbrough once, and I met a lot of people that I remember, and I hugged them, and I knew. And then I met this guy, and I remember you. So over to him and say, good to see you again. I wouldn't be there for many years. And I was sitting whole first half to think of who he was. And then I realized that was the guy who was the man who opened the door in the players' lounge. And I always needed more tickets and more people to come in because I had so many people from Norway out. So he was the kindest man. So when I had 2 tickets, he would let 10 in. So he was my kindest man, and in halftime I went over and hugged him again because he was a big part of my life at Middlesbrough. Those small things, I can't even remember his name now, but I would see him straight away and I remember him.
Well, Jose Mourinho, just back at Chelsea with Benfica,
the
press conference, he went up at the end of it, or he went over and he gave a big hug to Theresa Connolly, who's been club secretary.
Oh no, you stole my story! You stole my story! Come on! Come on!
Well, you were sitting there and you had that look on you that you had no story.
Teresa, what's...
Tell it.
Tell it.
Your name?
Tell it.
Oh, wow. Because Teresa was the kindest person on earth, and I think she worked for like more than 30 years for Chelsea.
46.
And when I saw you last week, 36, yeah.
46.
When I saw Jose Mourinho hugging her... Oh, sorry,
I should have told the story.
You should have told the story.
Yeah, I say told the story, but you know, I was so happy to see her because they had no news, and she was the nicest person. Every time I was going to the office, she was great. She was smiling. She loved the players and the club, and it was nice to see her with Jose last week.
Well, great story, Frank.
But Frank did once tell a story like this about a guy at Chelsea, if I seem to remember. And he was like, he was a great guy, we'd play golf, we'd do all these things, and then he didn't know his name. Do you remember that story, Frank? There was somebody else at Chelsea who really stood out to you when you were playing there.
That was Didier Drogba.
No,
Just in case you didn't feel worse the first time round, Frank, let's make you feel worse again.
I thought he might have brought it back up again and found out his name. Maybe
that would be a no.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. The last time that I made that mistake is when I wasn't able to talk about Mario, our hero, Mario Melchior, and I didn't remember his name, and I felt so guilty after the show. I said, how stupid I am. I'm getting old, and that was insane. Now I'm again sorry, Mario, my love.
Lots of football clubs up and down the country though have these characters.
Yeah.
I'll call them characters.
Well, they used to.
Because they are. You know, we're again, this lady's passed away, but we had a laundry lady at Celtic, Angie Thompson, and she had the most wicked sense of humour. And all the boys used to go into her laundry room to put the kettle on to make tea, and it wasn't very woke back in those days, and you could just say anything to Angie, but it was coming back, and it was coming back in spades. And you know, a lot of clubs have people like this.
Well, they used to.
Yeah,
I can't imagine they have them now.
But they have some of them. I went to Brentford on Saturday, and I haven't met this guy before. There was a guy who was in the media, and he just sat down with me, and I came from the media, and he was talking about he's been there for like 25 years at the club, and these people are so important for the clubs. But I'm with you, Stevie. Maybe they're dying out in the professional way of management.
There must be somebody at Liverpool, Stevie.
Like the cleaning ladies and things like this. You see
Stevie,
some of
there must
the
be.
lads
I know
still
you
put
don't
things
go back
on.
you don't go back very often. There must be people at Liverpool behind the scenes that have been there for donkey's years.
So the last one would be Helmet. Helmet obviously was his nickname. So when I went in '81, Helmet, his name's Graham by the way, but we called him Helmet.
What was his hair like?
Well, because he came in one day. So he used to drive the bus, because we used to get changed at the ground and go to the training ground, and he used to drive the bus there and back. But he also drove us game day as well. So we were going down to London. Helmet was the driver. But anyway, he turned up one day with this haircut, and it just looked like somebody had stuck a helmet on and just cut around it. so he got a helmet for the rest of the time that I was there. And he, similar to your story, he only retired he retired the year before Jurgen left. But he became the kit man as well. So he was a bus driver, and then I don't know when it happened, but I just remember watching the TV once, and I see Helmet sitting at the side of the bench with all training gear on, and then I realised that he was now the kit man. So he was there already when I went in '81, and he only retired 2 years ago.
Fantastic.
So he would be the last one that I would remember.
How do you know? He could have been the throw-in coach.
No. Coach driver, not any other coach.
Okay, last question. If you had to sing your national anthem, who in all of the crew would butcher it the most among all of the ESPN FC cast members, players and pundits? So who'd be the worst at singing their national anthem?
Well, it's not easy to sing a national anthem or any song with your front teeth missing. I tell you that. Just been honest.
I mean, right from the get-go, flour.
That is so Scottish.
Right, say flour with no front teeth.
So that by this point of the proceedings, the aforementioned teeth are out. These ones don't come out. Well, they could be punched out, which I presume there's a lot of people willing to do that. The old days when I was playing, you didn't have them permanently fixed because, you know, people like Frank and Jan would stick an elbow in your face and they would come out. So by that point of the proceedings, the national anthem, the teeth were very much deep in the trouser pockets in the dressing room. And you try talking with your front teeth missing. Never mind singing.
Yeah.
No easy.
You'd be right up there.
And it's not a pretty sight, I can tell you.
I think it's going to be the best one. Going to be Frank. Yeah. But because the French national anthem, national anthem is the start of All You Need Is Love, isn't it? You know,
I invite everybody to check the national team of England. I think it's the national team of England, yes. How it was created and for whom it was created and how it came out. I think it came from an illness from Louis XIV in France, and not a very good one. But check that out because I don't want to say anything on live because it's not very nice, it's not very fancy, but it comes from a very bad illness from Louis XIV. Make your researches, guys. and you will talk
we'll get
about
on it,
it after.
Frank. Thank you so much for
Okay.
that. How's your
It's a
national
good-
anthem, Jan?
Ja, vi älskar detta landet som det stiger fram. Yeah, and then.
Has anybody ever heard Shaka try to sing?
No.
I think Shaka's the only one, because you know Dan would fancy himself. Alexis would fancy herself. Alejandro.
Why Shaka?
I've never heard Shaka.
Oh, you've
ever
just, you're
tried
just,
to
you're
sing
just
or
saying
anything?
that.
Well, it's not the kind
But
of thing.
you know, it'd be between you and Shaka.
Well, you know, you come to work and you sing. Why would you sing at work?
Some people just walk around singing.
My dad
don't
do
we,
that,
Kay?
singing all the time.
That's true.
Kay and I do a bit.
Playing each other full-on songs
Aye.
while everyone's trying to watch the football.
Aye.
Yeah, especially on International Week. On each other.
Between Shaka and you.
Shaka.
San Marino.
What have I
All
done?
right. Thank you so much for sending in your questions today. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again.
All right, welcome into Extra Time. I've still got Stevie and Craig as well as Mario and Frank and plenty of your questions to dive into. Let's get to the first one. For all of you, do you think caps and national pride still matter that much to players in this modern era of club football? Craig?
Don't know. Probably.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. No.
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, there's no reason why it wouldn't.
I think what matters to players, and it's always mattered to players, is getting to play in the big arena at a European Championships or an African Cup of Nations or a World Cup, particularly World Cup.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody as a kid growing up, we don't really want to play in friendlies if we're being honest, but you grow up as a kid watching your country playing these, well, most of the times playing these World Cup, and you think, my God, So when you get a chance to do that, that's
Special.
Yeah, it is special. Even though when we get to World Cups, we make a complete mess of it.
We still get there.
Well, I'll tell you who never made a complete mess of a World Cup. Frank, what do you think?
Don't start them.
No, I'm with the guys. I think players are still very proud of wearing their national team shirt, and the fact is, I was at the time, like I would say 5-6 years ago, I was thinking that the Champions League was getting above the World Cup, but it didn't happen, and I'm very pleased that the World Cup is still the holy grail of a football player, wearing his national team shirt, playing for his country, and trying to get something out of it.
Mario?
Yeah, I think, when you wear the national team shirt, you'd never have a moment in your career where the whole nation loves you, because normally it's only one part, right, for the team that you represent, like let's say if you're from the Netherlands. So having that, the whole country then rooting for you, that moment when you step on the field, it's a big shirt to carry, and I think that moment, every player plays football just to achieve the top of the top. So I don't think it will ever go away.
All right, next question.
That was all she wrote.
Drop. That was all she wrote for that question, or he. Start, bench, drop. Halend, Mbappe, or Harry Kane? Ooh.
Is this Halend thing just taking legs?
Yeah. Put start, guys. All start Halend, because we've been hard. I don't know. People they took it too seriously. We love Halend.
I mean,
we love Halend. We never said he wasn't good.
No.
He's not even
the
on
guy's
the show
a great
today.
player.
He's not even on the show today,
Yeah.
and that seriously annoying Norwegian, not Erling Halend.
Yeah.
The other one, the older one. There's a pain in the butt. Jan Agafjordov, still emailing everybody. Today. Did you see it?
No.
He's emailing.
Don't bother with email.
It's like it's Norwegian humour, as if you've ever seen a Norwegian comedian. I've never seen a Norwegian comedian. They're not funny, right? And he just keeps emailing, and then reply all about this Halend stuff.
Oh, he loves it.
He's not even on the show.
Nope.
If he keeps that up, he'll not be back on it. Seriously. Pain in him.
Right, so start, bench, drop.
Mbappe.
Starting Mbappe.
Yeah. Halend. Kane.
Stevie?
Yeah.
Wow, Frank?
Yeah.
Mario?
It's also normal because everybody wants to play counter-attack when they have to. So yes, the same setup because Mbappe speed, Halend speed, Kane, when you're around the box, he's going to deliver. But if you can't play that game, you need speed.
All right.
So tell me again, because I know I brought this up in the main show, just be quickly, but tell me, how can you forget a colleague's name?
Oh, Frank, how can you forget a colleague's name?
Old age.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
wasn't
still
there, Frank,
feeling very. I'm still feeling very embarrassed about that because, of course, Mario. I played with him, and he knows how much I love him, and that was absolutely when the show took off, and I say, how stupid you were, my man! How can you forget a teammate? And again, I want to say how much I'm sorry, Mario, that I didn't remember your name because that hurt me a lot, and I guess it did it too. But I do remember you, my man, because you made us win very important games.
Hey,
okay.
You lived that FA Cup like it was your best friend. You remember? Hey, come on now, Frank. Come on now. Look, when I came on the show my first time, I said Frank Leboeuf was one of the guys that I came in as a young boy. He was a more seasoned, I won't even use the word older, I said seasoned, that used, like helped me try to fit in to a team. And Frank was right. And Frank, you forget my name.
All right, enough.
You see Craig Burley, you see Craig Burley.
Listen, I'm not
bad. You know what?
I'm not on an airplane. I don't have a seat.
You know, I'm going to say
I
something.
can get out.
You know, you don't deserve to have played. You don't deserve to have played for the World Cup best team in the world.
Ooh, I didn't bring it up.
Mario should never have been allowed back on the show again after talking about Frank.
I meant to say to you, the first time you were on the show, I was so proud to be on the same show as you.
I was the same. I felt the same.
I just really admired everything about you, the way you played, the way you held yourself.
Well, I wasn't. That's the only reason I moved to the US. That's just because you were here.
Stevie, you should be the last that said that, Stevie, because you are one of the guys that always gets his compliment from me, Stevie. So don't start me now.
Exactly.
Don't start me now, Stevie.
That's true. That's true.
We need to clip that part up and just put it as like a Valentine's Day compilation.
Well, no, but
Stevie was just speaking to you. I know it wasn't authentic, but there's always a truth in every joke.
I only asked how he forgot his name. I didn't want some sob story.
Oh my God! You know what? That's a really true thing that I want to say to the audience and people are watching us. We really respect each other and appreciate each other. That's a real story. It's not fake. And if we tease each other because that's part of the game, because we love that, I think we really love each other.
Well, I'm not sure I asked for you to be banned off this show last week. I'm not sure about that.
He's just asked for Jan to be banned from the show, so there's somewhat respect.
Banned from. He's just banned.
Bad period.
Across the board.
Who does this break benefit more, Arsenal or Liverpool?
Oh my God.
That's there's not a straight it's not a straight answer. The only thing that will answer that is how Liverpool play at the weekend. Because if Liverpool don't play well or they get beat, then it'll be this break didn't help them. But if they actually play well and win the game, then the fact that they've been away for 10 days, then we'll say, well, it seems like the break did them good. So it really does come down to the performance
at the weekend.
The question should have been asked the other way. It doesn't benefit Arsenal for sure, because they were on the way to get at their best. That's for sure. Arsenal can be regretting the fact that they didn't carry on. But I agree with Stevie. For Liverpool, we have to wait for the weekend.
Wasn't it this break last year? It might have been this one or the one before. That Liverpool come off the back of it and they lost at home to Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
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 Tell you what, Craig's like an elephant.
My God.
He doesn't forget anything.
Craig Burley, the elephant.
Not in stature, just in brain power.
What? You clearly thought it was stature.
No.
I get called many things.
Why did you bring it up?
Oh, apparently it was in September of last year. So,
All right.
You
Why,
can
There
take
you
them
go.
on.
Boom.
listen,
That's
you know
exactly what
stats. But on the back of the break, yes.
why some smart aleck
Okay.
in the gallery ruined my story?
Next question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how sad is it that the US fan base is excited over a 1-1 draw at home against a short-handed Ecuador? Stevie?
Were they excited? I watched part of the game. US were much the
Much
better
better.
side.
Yeah, I think
But
they
they were behind.
I think they were excited about the performance because Herc on Football America said it was the best performance under Mauricio Pochettino, and Casey Keller echoed those sentiments as well, that we finally see the direction in which this US men's national team is going under Pochettino. A sense of identity.
Well, because he won game.
Yes.
That's
that
what they
this
said.
was the best performance, yes.
It was the best performance, but that's not one performance is not an identity. It's a
But
performance.
now we're starting to see things.
No, we're not starting to see we've had one game that wasn't a win. Who said we're starting to see? If you have 5 or 6 games in a row and you play like that and you get results or you get performance that is getting better and better and better, then we might start to see it. There's one game against Ecuador that we're behind.
I think they call it clutching at straws.
Yeah.
That would be the term. Clutching
I think they call it talking nonsense.
Well, that's a great advertisement.
Another way of doing it.
For Football America's on tomorrow.
Well, if you're going to bring it up and mention the programme and mention it and then tell me what they've said and it's over one game, it doesn't make sense. If someone's got a problem with that, then fine, no problem. I don't have an issue. But I'm sorry if you're judging on one game, because they've been crap, haven't they? Really,
That's
for the most part.
That's what we're saying, that they set the bar
So
so
they've had
low.
one game that they didn't win. They were behind against Ecuador. They played better because I watched a chunk of the game. They played some decent stuff. But Ecuador, they're not exactly giant killers, are they? And they're playing Australia next, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're playing all the big teams. Not. So judge when you're playing better teams more consistently. That's when you can
Ecuador
say.
finished second in
So there's
CONMEBOL.
Huh?
Ecuador finished second in CONMEBOL, behind only Argentina. But they didn't have Caicedo. They didn't. Well, Stupinian came off.
Whatever.
Clutching at straws.
Whatever.
You're just making his argument for him.
Yeah. So to answer that question,
Oh, I've
yes.
made more friends. But at least I won't be on Football Americas. And I'm all right with that. I'm busy enough here.
Which World Cup qualifier stands out as the hardest match you've ever played? Frank, let's start with you.
Well, in '98 we were qualified because we played at home. I don't remember any game hardest. It was more a European Championship that I remember, but qualification, but not a World Cup. I don't recall any game that I found.
What about in the Euros
harder
game?
than any other?
What was your hardest
sorry?
one? What was your hardest Euros game then?
Oh, the hardest one that was away from home in '95. We played against Romania with the former big stars like Agi, Popescu, and some others. Petrescu as well. And we played in Romania, and that was the atmosphere and everything. The rooster is the badge for France. They were cutting head of roosters in front of us in the stand. That was insane. And it was the beginning of the new era of the Zidane, Carambe, Lizarazu who came, and we won 3-1 there. That was really a feat. That was really something special because we didn't expect to win in that strange atmosphere.
Mario?
Yeah, I think when Holland was at home, we played against Bulgaria, I think. That was one of the games that they were doing well in that group. And I remember being in the dressing room with one of my first games coming back into the national team. And I never forget in the dressing room, Van Basten coming to me and saying like, hey, they got a left winger. And if you shut him down, we win the game and we get qualified. I don't want to say I was nervous, but it did lift the competition level up. And we ended up winning that game. We got qualified to go to the World Cup. So yeah, that was definitely one at home. Was one of the big ones playing for Holland at that time.
See, that was all down to Mario.
Was that Risto Stoichkov? Was the winger he was talking about?
Yes. No. You're talking about
yes.
Stoichkov. Are you talking about from Barcelona?
Yes.
No, not him, because
No.
he was a legend. No, it wasn't. No. I will not say that because he was a legend. No. But Berbatov
Kostadinov?
played. Berbatov
No, was it
played.
Kostadin?
I think it was the one that was in Manchester City.
Nobody knows him.
You guys, your toughest qualifier?
I've got two. Hard to pick. 85 at Hampden Park against Spain. Beat them.
Fair.
And
Was that the
18
Charlie Nicholas goal? That was Switzerland.
No, that was Switzerland.
I'll get my coat.
And 89 at Hampden Park, we beat France.
Ooh.
Qualified for the
True.
1990.
Yeah, I remember
World
that.
Cup.
True.
Great year.
Those two,
1990.
95, I think it was, or early 96, was it 95? Greece at home. European Championship, final game, winner takes all. Winner goes to the Euros, loser does not. There was no playoffs. And I was a fledgling player there. I think it was only my 4th or 5th cap. And amongst all these experienced guys at Hampden, nervous as hell, because I'm like 22 or 23, and it's all on the line. And McCoy's come off the bench, Alan McCoy's come off the bench and scored 1-0. But I just never ever, it's very rare. Sometimes it happens, but it's very rarely everything goes down to two teams right to the last game. And as an inexperienced player, whenever I stepped out of position, I had Gary McAllister, who was my captain, giving me a right ear bashing.
Earful.
Got an earful all the time, so it was just, tough.
Tough one. All right, final question. Big Ange is close to cooked at Forest. Do you think he might thrive in MLS? He wouldn't have to worry about relegation, and his attacking style would probably go over well with American fans. Craig, you're a Nottingham insider. What do you think?
Don't know, mate. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember because he started off coaching in Australia, basically the A-League, which is just on a par with MLS. So absolutely he would be fine.
Do you think his style would fit here?
Aye, absolutely.
What do you guys think, Frank?
I think he should rest. I think he should rest a little bit, and digest a little bit, and maybe rethink his managing, and maybe come back better.
I think he has to be careful because you know what the thing is, when he comes to MLS and he allows his team to have so many gaps, he might struggle, man, because he might go home and go crazy. So if he comes here, he really have to be careful with that high line that he wants to play.
Who knows?
He's not
Maybe
done
bring
yet,
him
is
to
he?
Bristol.
He's not done yet.
No, you don't think he's done.
I mean, he's coming out of the oven and he's getting close to the microwave. It was just a bad choice, wasn't it, really? I mean, we talked about this.
Yeah.
It was a crazy fit for both.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time you went, why would Forest hire that style of manager? And why would that style of manager go into that type of team?
Maybe they thought the Greek heritage counted for something. They'd see eye to eye.
No.
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 I think
They
Angelo
were on
was
holiday
his
together.
bad choice,
They were on
really,
holiday together. They got seen together before he signed. So
It was his,
Maybe
yeah,
that
you're
was
right. It
maybe
really
one of
was
the
his bad choice because, listen, a lot of people enjoyed what he did at Tottenham, certainly in the early days,
Yeah.
the first 6 months. I think most people realised it got hear him, scare him. But you can't deny that he said he always won a trophy, and he did. And so he had some semblance of his stock was still decent.
Yep.
But jumping into this job, and if it continues in the manner in which it is, and he gets fired, which he will, then it's nosedived. He's certainly in the Premier League, never touching another job. Whereas if he'd have sat and waited for the right club, somebody with a squad that can play a bit of football, and he can work with them, that would have been the sensible thing to do. But I think we've said before, almost every manager thinks they've got the Midas touch. I can go in there and make the difference.
Ego.
And Marinakis will not care whether Postecoglou's got Greek heritage or not. He'll just he'll just fire him.
Yep.
Simple as that.
he takes it for a drink. He goes for a nice drink, has some tea.
Something in the Greek drinks, I suppose.
Sorry,
It'd
who
be
was that
nice.
talking there? I forgot his name.
Oh, no. We will never forget Mario's name again. He will be back on the show. Not sure if tomorrow, but Craig, you back tomorrow? Stevie?
Damn right I'm not.
No, we're all off tomorrow, so...
I'm on Football Americas.
Oh, Craig might be begging to come on Football Americas after the USA versus Australia. Either way, tune in.
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Stevie and Craig are with me. This is the first time I've been on with you, Jules, for a while, and certainly the first time I've been on with you since that new background. What on earth is going on with so many different things behind you?
I don't know. Producer Mike made this for me.
Does he not, did you
this is
upset
like
him?
Craig's house. So no, I think they're building one for me. But in the meantime, they said that I should have the one that is like Greg's house. So here it is.
It is quite.
I'm a bit worried about producer Mike if he's the one.
This is his interior decorating.
Some flowers.
Wow.
Little single chair there.
Wow.
He's changing.
To be
this.
fair, it's an improvement on his producing. Right, for the boys.
Dan.
Yes, mate.
Dan, you know, so this is the first time I've been with you on the show since we talked about Howard Webb and how terrible refereeing has been in England, right? And I forgot to tell you, but he called me the day after that show. We were with Craig and Stevie that night.
Brilliant.
Do you remember when he did that show with Michael Owen? And
Yes.
he called me and said, he was in New York actually, so he watched our show live.
Good.
As we were like grilling him and basically saying that he was terrible, his referees were terrible, etc. He called me the next day and said, I don't understand why you were so all against me, etc., etc. It was really funny.
Fantastic.
And did you buckle, Jules, or did you buckle, or did you?
As if I said, listen, Howard, you know, look at your referees and what happened. That was after the Chelsea-Fulham game and the goal for Josh King, you know, and all that thing.
Oh, brilliant.
And really, he didn't have much answer. But yeah, he was watching the show and thought we were too harsh on him.
Oh, great. That's like music to my ears. Because the next time, he's going to get a full sledgehammer.
He's going to have Cunha's going to call him tomorrow.
Cunha be on the
Cunha will be on the phone
Hey.
tomorrow.
Good. I like that Steve Nicol. He was nice.
I tell you what, we've had a rethink. I think we'll just take the Michael Owen approach next time.
Yeah, you weren't being nice about Michael Owen on that show either.
Well, we could just ask him. Don't ask him the soft soap questions. Oh, what do you think? All right, okay. Just fire into him. And if he doesn't want to come back on because he's upset, sod him. How can you complain?
Jules, do you remember when David Ginola was running for FIFA president? He came on the show expecting softballs and he walked off halfway through.
He ripped his mic off and walked off.
So well.
Yeah.
Oh, classic. Have people on upset them.
Yeah,
There you are.
exactly.
Unless you're Stevie, then you don't like criticising people.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah, we gave the top 5 list of flops so far this season, and you were very passionate about it being a bad idea.
Hope he wasn't
Correct.
in New York watching that show today.
For the boys, there's been a lot of hullabaloo on the show lately about the all-time greatest Premier League striker.
Oh, no.
If you expand the question to all the professional leagues for your all-time number 1 striker, who is your man in the middle? Wow. All-time greatest striker ever in the world, Jules? Jean-Pierre Papin?
All-time biggest
yeah,
nose.
I think Papin would have the one in France. Only when I was growing up, yeah, because we had great strikers before that in the 50s, 60s, of course. You know, like Just Fontaine, who is still and will never has that record of the most goals in one World Cup with 13 in 58. That will never ever be beaten, really. Unless they move the World Cup to 100 teams and then you have to play 13 games to win the World Cup. But so we've had great strikers, but Papin had something in that Marseille team.
I just like saying his name.
I'm
It's
quite
just a
chuffed.
fun
I'm
name to
actually
say.
sitting here now. I'm actually quite chuffed today that Howard Webb was sat probably having a nice meal somewhere.
Choking on it.
It completely spoiled it.
Jules, what about in the world? The history of the world. Best striker ever?
I mean, what kind of questions are that?
Wow. I mean, really, if we consider Cristiano Ronaldo as a striker, which he is now, certainly was not when he started his career as a winger, but he is very much now. I don't think in terms of being a clinical finisher and the best in front of goals, I just don't think there's better than Cristiano Ronaldo ever and will ever be, really.
You played against Brazilian Ronaldo. He's obviously always in these conversations.
Yeah, but I mean, you could go back with a few other Brazilians apart from Serginho. I rule him out. 82 World Cup.
Right. VHS.
I don't know. Some of the strikers from Italy over the years have been. It's just a different.
Dennis Law.
Oh, don't start again, Dennis.
What about Peter Osgood?
Dennis Law. Alan Gulzine. Jimmy Greaves.
Jules, where's Jan? Jan's shouting somewhere.
Jan's gone. Strand Larsen.
I did not say 20. Jules, in your opinion, who should France's front 3 or 4 be, including a playmaker, at the World Cup? Mbappe, Koeman, Ekitike, Barcola, Doué, Elise, Dembele, Thuram, Mateta.
That's scary, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential there and options. I think Deschamps is pretty adamant now that the front four at the World Cup will be or should be really Dembele and Mbappe for sure in whatever position you want, one wide, one central. Olise as the 10 behind, which is interesting because he obviously plays as a right winger for Bayern Munich and Vincent Kompany, but Deschamps likes him as the 10. And then the fourth one right now is Désiré Doué, but Bradley Barcola more than common as a chance potentially to be there. But right now, I would say if the World Cup started tomorrow, it would be Olise, Dembele, Mbappe, and Doué.
It's just a brilliant.
Che Adams, where does he fit?
That's just
Lyndon Dykes.
But Stevie Clark should be playing. They should be playing like France. That's just a brilliantly talented group of players. I mean, and most of them, although some are injured, playing well. Here's another question for you.
Go on.
Talked about Wirtz playing against Man United.
Yes.
Should Ekitike play against Man United? Because I thought he should have played against Chelsea.
Yeah, well, we've got the whole week to talk about that, Craig. Okay.
Well, I'm not in all week.
Come on.
Stevie.
I think Ekitike should play.
Is it a cup? Stevie, is it a cart before the horse case for Liverpool, where they bought so many players and Slot has to figure a system for them rather than buying players that actually fit into Slot's system? Did they go overboard in the window?
I think the way they've performed so far would suggest that that's absolutely correct.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
Hold on. What player didn't, apart from Florian Wirtz, what other player doesn't fit into his system?
I don't know. I'm just reading. Ask him.
Ekitike's a striker. Frimpong's a wing back, stroke full back.
Well, he's talking about performances, to be fair, isn't he? As opposed to.
Oh, he's talking about fitting into players that would fit into his system. There's only Florian Wirtz that has changed potentially the three midfield slots. That's no way to answer the question.
Put your ball out today, Get experience.
But you've not answered it.
I think he's correct.
So, which players have affected the system apart from Wirtz? Is Kerekes is your mate Kerekes not a left back?
It's not just the system, it's the way that individually performing as well.
But that's the question, says fit the system. That's all I'm saying.
Anything you'd like to add?
No.
Craig and Stevie, did you ever play with someone like Thomas Muller, a great player who was intense but played with a lot of joy and was loved by teammates and fans? You must fit the Thomas Muller bill, Stevie. Bit of a laugh, bit of a joker.
I don't know. No.
When you see old Liverpool players asked who was the funniest player you played with, they normally say you, don't they?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Oh.
I honestly don't get that.
You don't like it when they say you were
No, I don't mean that. I don't get it.
Okay.
Well,
I thought it was pretty normal.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that's not the case.
Well, you may be right. I'm trying to figure out the question here.
So someone who clearly didn't take life too seriously off it, I think that would be suggested, very popular. It is you, Stevie.
Oh, off it? I'm thinking about on it.
Well, a great player who was intense but played with a lot of joy and was loved by teammates and fans.
What about you?
I'm thinking.
I know, yeah, it's not an easy one, is it?
Jules, who springs to mind for you?
I don't know, but you should repeat the question again, because just to make sure that Stevie has understood it.
I don't know what's happening today.
I'm thinking as well, like Craig.
Right, if you had to pick one former teammate, Stevie, to be an ESPN FC pundit, only for extra time, who would it be and why? Who's the best storyteller, basically?
Oh, who tells a good story? Big Jan tells a good story.
Jan Molby?
Jan Molby tells a good story. Big Jan's got a memory like an elephant.
Okay.
And he remembers everything. So he'll just pull something from nowhere and you'll be like, look at him. I'll tell you who could tell you a load of stories as well. Peter Beardsley.
There's a problem with that.
Now, you might not understand them. That's the issue.
We'd have to subtitle everything.
See, Peter was completely teetotal.
Right, so he remembers.
So whenever we had nights out, Pete would still come.
Right.
Right? And of course, the next morning, everybody would be around Peter going, Peter, did I do anything last night?
Okay.
Because nobody could remember anything.
Right.
So Peter, I'll tell you, Peter could tell you a tale if he could spit it out.
Craig? No one? No one beats our panel?
No.
What about the wee guy who was the speaker? He said it was a bundle of nerves, but then when he got up, John Gagan?
But it wasn't a teammate.
No, was he not?
Put the ball away, will you?
I thought he was himself. I thought he was
No, John Gagan, yeah.
I thought he was
He's
himself.
talking about a former player.
Right.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with this question.
Well, it is a former teammate. I thought
He's
you
not
played
one
with
of-
him.
I've never played for him.
Well, I thought you played with him.
No.
Well, you've told me tons of stories about him.
Yeah, he's an
I
after dinner
automatically
speaker.
thought you played
Never
with him.
played with him.
International
Well, you don't have to stick entirely to the question. The way it's
Jules, you work with
Former teammate.
Jules, you work with lots of people who would fit in, do you think, with this lot?
Yeah, I was with Manu Petit on Friday. We did
Manu
something for Ligue 1, and he had really good stories. Some of them I knew but I'd forgotten, and he was telling them in a great way. The problem is, if we have Frank and Manu on the show, it's the end of ESPN FC, I would say. So
Yeah, 'cause is he a
maybe
pain in
not
the
them
butt as
together,
well?
but Manu Petit would be good to the show.
Chris Grobel, I would tell you a load of stories.
Does a Manu Petit
That may
go
not
every
exactly
2
be
minutes?
true.
I think there was a penalty 47 minutes ago.
What about Berbatov? Does culture eating strategy for breakfast? Any other favourite quote that has been repeated by former coaches? Culture eats strategy. Have I missed something?
No, I heard one the other day.
That's Pochettino's thing, wasn't it?
What?
He put it on his whiteboard. Culture eats strategy for breakfast.
Culture eats strategy.
Yes.
Anyway, Jock Stein, former Celtic and Scotland manager, the great Jock Stein. There was a quote I saw floating around the other day. He once said to the players, "You train hard from." You heard this one?
Aye.
You train hard from a Monday to a Friday so that you can have a Saturday off to enjoy yourself and play football.
Oh, that's nice. That's lovely, isn't it?
You think?
Yeah, I think that's quite cool. Like you do the hard work Monday to Friday and rewarded by being able to go out there and
You're
play.
such a cynic.
I'm not a fan of all these stupid things. All these quotes. They
Right.
You know when you walk into stadiums, they've got all these stupid quotes.
Yes.
Maybe if you
Too
did
many
some of the
brains,
revs, it would have been, inspiring.
Honestly.
Did you not give inspiring team talks?
No.
No.
Monday to Friday, so they could enjoy themselves on a Saturday. How about that one?
What's wrong with you today? Why are you in a mood?
I just hate those quotes. You see them all over
You
the
hate
shop.
lots of things
They're
today.
absolute garbage. Did the coaches really think any players actually think about those things and actually take them on board? Absolutely not. What a lot of nonsense.
Right. Jules, is there a chance where we'll see Pogba playing for France again?
He dreams of it. I think Deschamps has left the door open, but first he has to play for Monaco. We thought he was going to be playing next week, so next weekend when the league starts again. That was the plan, but he's got a little niggle, let's say, so that will delay his return to the pitch after so long, obviously, after the ban. There's a new manager also at Monaco that's coming in, Sébastien Pocononi, so we don't know exactly how that's going to go for the Pogba project, if you want, but we should see him before the end of the month. I'm really hopeful, and then it's down to him. If he gets back to his best level, I think there will always be a place for him with the national team.
Final question, Jules. If you could use either statistics or the eye test to judge a player, what are you picking?
I still think, as much as you know I love data, I still think that the eye test is also the most important right now. You can show me all the data you want, all the numbers. I would want to see the players with my eyes, and it doesn't have to be all about the eye test. I think there's a lot of things you can't see with your eyes, but yeah, the eye test surely.
You're not really using one or the other, are you?
Well, this is just
back in the day.
I think this is hypothetical.
Back in the day,
if you
it was
had to pick one. I think
it's
just the basis of the
that's
question.
just stupid.
It's just a nice question.
Back in the day,
hypothetical. Which one do you choose?
It was only an eye test. Now you can use both barometers, which aids the situation. Let's get off air to cheer him up.
That's it, we're done. ESPN FC returns to your screens tomorrow as the internationals continue. You here tomorrow?
Yes!
Oh, good, I'm off.
Why am I in tomorrow? Any day for that matter.
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time with Ale, with Shaka. And with Nedum, we need to tell you all that Dan Thomas had his surgery today. He's come through it like a champion, according to the doctor. He's been in surgery all day. He's now in recovery. We know you all want an update on this. He's doing well. Obviously, a long recovery ahead of him. So we're sending all our love out to Dan and his family. But Dan
should move the whole show to the hospital.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be
We
absolutely.
great.
Do it
Dan, we love you.
right there.
100%.
Right there, bedside.
Also, good news for the Moreno family today.
Why is that?
I heard there was a goal from.
Oh, was there?
Jr.
Oh,
Yes! Oh! No, look at it. Look at the touch. And then the swivel. And then the finish! And then the finish!
man.
And then the finish. We could work on the celebration though. But the finish!
That is not Moreno range,
Well,
though.
it
That's
is not.
10 yards too far to be Moreno range.
About the technique of the short hook.
Wow.
Oh, okay, Alejandro.
Dad never did that.
That was great. I loved seeing it. My earpiece keeps falling out. So.
Okay, well, it was fantastic. Wofford College, a big game against Mercer University. We don't want to actually update what the final score was. Not important. The important thing is that. The important thing is that.
Now I'm going to have to look it up.
The important thing is that Alejandro scored, which then means he's got his seat back for Thanksgiving. Pedri, you're out. Alejandro, you can come home.
That's some going, especially with Pedri playing how he is.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
man,
Pedri.
Some going.
Pedri, fuera. Ciao.
He
Ciao,
couldn't
Pedri.
stop talking
Alejandro, welcome home,
Stop talking
buddy.
about Pedri today. We were talking about Africa qualifying, and he's talking about Pedri
Yes,
still.
absolutely. Okay. All right, the extra time questions are printed a little funky, but we'll try, okay?
All right. We're making excuses already.
For Ale, as a striker in your prime, which of these strikers would you start, bench, and drop to be your strike partner in their prime? Luis Suarez, Karim Benzema, or Sergio Aguero?
Okay, to be my strike partner. So that's an important.
Your strike partner.
So that's an important aspect here because it would be a different order if I was just picking who I thought was the best striker in their prime of those three. To be my strike partner, I would say Karim Benzema.
Yeah.
And the reason is he could do a lot of the underneath work, which he was happy to do anyways, which then clears the way for me to get into the 18-yard box and tap in, baby. So Luis Suarez and Sergio Aguero would actually get on my way because we would try to be doing the same thing. I would say Karim Benzema start, it's Karim Benzema bench, Karim Benzema sell. I play with Karim Benzema. The other guys, as much as I would have loved to have played with them, we would have been trying to do the same things.
All right. Next question. Nedum. As a defender, do you agree with Craig's view that the standard of defending in the Premier League has diminished over the years? He attributes this to why Haaland's goal-to-match ratio is so much higher than past Premier League strikers.
No, I couldn't disagree anymore, to be honest. And I think the way that I will sort of find a way to describe it is from back when. I think there's a sense of nostalgia and you're thinking about the very best version of what football was, but you're forgetting about everybody else. And I think in regards to that as well, I think the way that teams sort of try and defend against you now, there's more pressure being put on you from higher up. So there's this whole nature of like really deep organised defending and teams who are very, very good and comfortable sort of working the low block and suffering as well. You know, prime examples like a team like Crystal Palace, who defensively don't concede a ton of goals. But if you look at all the individuals within that team, obviously apart from Chris Richards, you know, the guy himself, like all those individuals aren't, say, of the highest sort of like status as the players that Craig was talking about previously. I would disagree with that. I think a lot of defenders now are more athletic. I think they understand the physicality that needs to be there. I think they've got a different sense of reading the game because there's more sort of like analysis, studying the opposition. So yeah, I don't agree with it at all, to be honest. And I think Haaland essentially is a freak playing for a side who, you know, at times can really break convention and score a ton of goals as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think defending has changed for fairly obvious reasons. That being said, I think Halend scores goals whenever. In all honesty, you look at the goal he scored, was it against Brentford, where he just bullies the centre back rather simply. I see him doing that anywhere at any time. So you could try to make the argument that defending has diminished, but I don't think that takes away from how good Erling Halend is or how many goals he would have scored.
One of these graphics up again about more goals per game in the 2020s. Nedum's touching.
Better in the 50s though. Better in the 50s now. You know what I mean?
I was peak football back in
just look at the
the
topic
50s.
elsewhere.
Yes, honestly, we've had some mileage out of this topic.
Yeah, well, we are.
What poor intern did we put into figuring out the goal averages in the 1950s?
All the goals in 1950s and in 1960s.
Honestly.
Ah, boy.
We have a dedicated stats team here, and AI. Go on, Nedum.
Okay, with those stats, like, that data is really interesting because it's how you want to interpret it. So as a consequence, you see that like the goals per game ratio has gone up by 0.2. You're talking about literally 2 goals extra per game week. Every weekend, 2 extra goals. But yeah, of course, that means the defending's far worse now in this 10 years as opposed to the previous decade. Like, I think people don't really understand that side of things, and I think there's this big change, big sweeping issues and so on. But to go to the point that you were making, I was making and so on, Erling Halend is a freak. And if defending was really, really bad, everybody would be scoring 30 goals a season. But we still only see 1, maybe 2 players do it every season, which is essentially what it's been throughout the history of the Premier League anyway.
Ale, will Rashford take advantage of Lewandowski's injury at Barcelona?
Well, I don't think he'll play through the middle if that's the question. I still think that Marcus Rashford will play on the left-hand side where he has been playing. There's an opportunity here for Marcus Rashford. I've been saying this all along. Had I been Barcelona, I would not have gone after Marcus Rashford. But they did, and now it seems like a really good decision because everybody else is injured. And you look at Marcus Rashford, he now has a chance to have a really long run in the starting lineup given the absences. Before, it was sort of kind of touch and go. Is he starting? Is he not starting? Rafinha, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Rafinha being injured means Rashford gets an opportunity. Now, Rafinha is injured. Lewandowski is injured. Lamine Yamal just coming back from injury himself. And so it would suggest that Hansi Flick only has a few options in the attack. And those few options include Marcus Rashford down the left. So it's up to him. It really is up to him. But I would challenge Marcus Rashford if I were Hansi Flick. I would challenge him to don't just be another player in this team. Be outstanding. You have the chance to have this fan base fall in love with you because you provide this team with something different, with a change of pace, with running over the top. Whenever we can get in behind, you can get in behind. You can be that guy. And they're looking for you to be that special player. Go ahead and be that player. Be outstanding so that this is not just because other people are injured. You are playing because you deserve to be on the field.
Okay. The boys had a great debate about Liverpool's 11 for this weekend's game against Manchester United. For United, is the goalkeeper choice a difficult one between Altay and Le Mans?
No, I think Amorim's kind of made mistake. Who's his number one? I don't think there's any debate about that. My thing about Le Mans is young goalkeeper, inexperienced, coming in very inexperienced, coming to a club like Manchester United with the expectations that come with that club, regardless of them not being in Europe this season. Every single mistake is highlighted. He's still learning his trade, and learning a trade, mistakes are a part of that. That's my concern with Le Mans. Certainly not whether he's going to start. I think Amorim has kind of made that perfectly clear at this point.
But if he's better than Altay, which he seems to be, although the sample size is small, but if he's better than the other guy, look, you can't hide him. Put him out there, and then whatever comes of it, comes of it. But you cannot continue to depend on the guy who's been making mistake after mistake after mistake.
Start, bench or drop Nedum Managers Edition. Potter, Russell Martin, Ange Postecoglou.
Oh, wow, car crash. I think in terms of stock in the English game right now, I think Graham Potter is probably going to be the one that would need to be sold. I think the opportunities he's had, maybe in a different world he does better, but they're really low. I think the Russell Martin failure will ban him from essentially getting a job in Scotland again. but he's also been a manager that's not really managed in the Premier League for that long as such. So I think he would be the one that would be on the bench, and Ange has to start because essentially, for now, he's still technically in work. So yeah, Ange is the one who could potentially turn his time round at Forest, and he's got the chance to do it, whereas the other two are just going to be watching him, hoping that maybe he loses his job.
All right, how many goals per game would Thierry Henry have if he played for Manchester City?
Oh boy.
Nathan, this is for you.
We've got some mileage out of this question. Throw on the car in reverse.
And
backed up a little bit, and now zooming up again.
Now we're in a cul-de-sac. We're in a traffic circle. We're in a roundabout.
Oh my, I was scraping that barrel.
Yeah. Do you know what? If only there was a time where you could see maybe Thierry Henry playing for Pep Guardiola's side. I just can't picture it at any point now. But yeah.
Here's another graphic for you, Nathan.
Obviously. Oh, thank you. I adore these graphics. Thierry Henry, what an incredible player, especially for that generation. The speed that he has. You could say that he was kind of built to be playing in this era as such. So I think his goal record would be better. But would it be the same in terms of him at times coming off that left-hand side? Maybe not. That's not necessarily the way that I sort of see him doing really well for Guardiola's side. But, one of the best to play in the Premier League and one of the best coaches to ever do it as well. He would have scored a lot more goals, but not necessarily to the point where it seems like it's joke numbers like, say, Messi and Ronaldo did when they were in La Liga at their absolute best.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, and this may be controversial to some, but I'm pretty sure that our production department is trolling us. I'm pretty certain.
Still International Week. Like, what else can we do?
They're doing this on purpose now.
Erling Halend.
We worked every angle possible, including going as far back as the 1950s. 3.42.
If Halend was a defender against Halend, how many goals would Halend score?
With Manchester City and Pep Guardiola.
Okay. Tune in tomorrow for more Erling Haaland questions. All right, last question. It's not Erling Haaland related or even striker related. Thoughts on Cape Verde Islands qualifying for the World Cup? They'll be the second smallest nation ever to compete.
I love it. Listen, absolutely fantastic. And not through the playoffs. And I mean, African qualifying is as difficult and as you could ask. And then you go back to the disallowed goal. Was that against Mali? I think it was. Had that stood in the previous game, they would have qualified. But then they get to come back home and beat Eswatini at home to qualify. I thought that was a perfect finish for them to do it in front of their own fans. 500,000 people at Cape Verde. That's a great story. I love it.
Yeah.
There's 500,000 people in the eastern side of Caracas, and we're not in the World Cup. Look, I don't want to make this about Venezuela, but I'll tell you this much. It's yet another country in which I'll say, Trinidad made it to a World Cup, we didn't. Cape Verde made it to a World Cup, we didn't.
The smallest ever nation, Iceland, made it to a World Cup.
Okay, look.
What's Iceland's population?
That was 350,000.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, I'm happy for Cape Verde, but it does absolutely nothing for me and my country and our disappointment.
How many people? What's the population of Venezuela?
It's more than 500,000. As I said, you got 500,000 people just on the eastern side of Caracas.
Never mind the World Cup, there's always Miss World.
And Miss Universe, actually. Miss Universe, we go above that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
There you go.
Baseball,
That's
we got good baseball players. A lot of good baseball players right now in the playoffs.
Maybe you should put them in your World Cup squad.
That will do it for the ladies.
Hey, that was funny, Shaq. That was funny. Why don't you hit a home run while you do it? Yay!
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time with Ale and Shaka and Gab. A little bit angry Gab tonight because of what's going on with Italy.
Angry,
and Frank.
was nervous, anxious.
Anxious is probably a better way to describe it, right? Anxious Gab. Frank, have you been to Paris Fashion Week?
If I've been to
Fashion Week.
Fashion Week. It's Fashion Week in Paris, right?
Oh, Nah, leave me alone. I don't like fashion. I like my own fashion. I don't need other people to tell me what I have to wear. That's okay, that's fine.
Yeah. He just walks around
The Italians are more stylish anyway, right, Gab?
Oh boy.
If we could only see the pants that Frank is wearing right now, we'd really see fashion.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's a pyjama. So.
I was about to say that's a bold presumption there.
Speak to us, Gab.
We both have our own style. Style and fashion are two different things. As those who are blessed to come from countries which have a long heritage in those fields, like Frank and myself, know that even the fact that you're, combining fashion and style, they're two different things. So fashion's one thing, style's another. We both have plenty.
Style never goes out of fashion.
That was very subtle, passive-aggressive.
It was.
Subtle, passive-aggressive is what it was.
You can keep your fashion in England. We have no interest. All right, for all of you, if Cristiano Ronaldo wins the World Cup with Portugal, do you think he'd automatically win the Ballon d'Or like Messi did after winning with Argentina? Asks Harry.
Yes. Look at the people who vote for the Ballon d'Or. It's not even a question. It's like it's pretty much automatic. That's the nature of the Ballon d'Or. In World Cup years, only one thing matters to these people, and I go back to 2006 when. Remind me who won that World Cup and who won the Ballon d'Or?
Cannavaro.
Oh, yeah. The last time a defender won it, possibly the last time in her lifetime, Fabio Cannavaro. So yeah.
Yeah, but why?
Simple as that.
Why? You know what? Do you think that if Zidane wouldn't have given his headbutt to your almighty defender Materazzi, it would have been given to Zidane the Ballon d'Or? Maybe.
Bitter.
Don't deny it.
Bitter.
Well, no. It would have taken more than him just not headbutting Materazzi. It would have then taken France to go and win the World Cup. Yeah, if France win the World Cup, 100% Zidane wins it. I'm not going to argue with you there. But I don't think it's as automatic as like, if he doesn't, is that Zidane's headbutt is the reason France didn't win the World Cup. No, I mean, they still have to go and win the game.
Okay. Gab, what has happened to Sweden? 2 losses to Kosovo, and they have one of the most expensive strikers on the planet, and he can't do anything either.
And before you answer this, Gab, can you please keep it to Sweden and not make it about Italy again?
Yes, please, Gab.
No way.
Yeah, I wonder who Sweden might face in the playoffs.
Look, so there is a link.
Oh, boy. They change coaches. You've got 2 center forwards who should be able to play together. We've seen Isak play on the wing quite effectively, and it just doesn't come together. And this is what you get in the in World Cup qualifying. And you know what? I think if Italy don't make it to the World Cup, we'll be in good company. Maybe we can have a little tournament with Sweden, just a little summer series.
And there it is.
Who stopped you going to 2018, Gab?
Who's what, sorry?
Who stopped Italy going to 2018?
You did not just ask me who stopped Italy going to 2018, did you? that would be Sweden.
Okay.
And you know that because I said it earlier in the show. You're just trolling me. You're going to bring up North Macedonia in 2022 next, and then after that you're going to bring up Northern Ireland in 1958, possibly Romania in the qualifier.
Yeah. Sorry, Gab. Sorry. All right, Shaka.
He's taking it really well, I think. He's taking it really well.
Really well.
It's the best way. Face your fears.
Which manager faces more pressure this weekend to get a result? Amorim or Slot? Expectations. 2-2 draw in last year's fixture at Anfield.
I think Amorim faces more pressure in that I think Slot still has some equity in the bank, given what Liverpool did last season. And while I know Sir Jim Radcliffe has kind of almost pulled a hamstring trying to defend Amorim, I'm not buying it. And I think things need to start to turn around really quickly for Manchester United. I just don't see how it does against, well, let's assume that Liverpool are even half themselves.
You got really serious there with that answer. Your voice got deeper.
I was thinking.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's what happens when you think.
When I have to think and speak at the same time, it's
okay.
tough.
Okay.
It's tough.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gab, do you have a thought on this question?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's Amorim. Arne Slot is still the defending Premier League champion. He won the Premier League at his first attempt following a summer in which they didn't add anybody other than Federico Chiesa, who I think played 120 odd minutes last season. So he has so many alibis this year. They did spend a ton of money, but that means integrating the new players. Sure, at some point, if he keeps losing, Slot could get sacked too, but it would need to be a long run of games. So it's definitely Amorim. And you know what? I'm not even sure it really matters what Ratcliffe says, because ultimately it's not his club, it's the Glazers' club. So yeah, no, we've heard all this before. I don't think either one is getting sacked in the near future. But between the two, yeah, obviously there's more pressure in that sense in terms of keeping the job on Amorim. There's pressure on Slot because everybody associated with Liverpool obviously wants Liverpool to play better and turn the results around.
Frank, you looked like the great thinker statue while you were listening to the boys. Do you agree with them that it's Amorim?
Yeah, right now, Amorim faces pressure, more pressure, but the pressure will really start if Slot loses at the weekend. Because four losses in 4 games, yeah, the pressure will be hard on Slot. I mean, that's so unexpected. We were expecting much more. They're still second, is what I say. We are hammering Liverpool. They're not playing well enough, but they still have the result. They're second in the league, so everything is quite okay. But we all know that they can do better. And if they lose their 4th game in a row, Slot's going to be under a hell of a pressure.
Believing that 48 or more teams at the World Cup is too much, but was 32 enough as a counterpoint?
32 was enough. I don't understand. Look, my country, just like Gab gets to make it about Italy, I'll make it about Venezuela. My country was on the verge of making the World Cup for the first time in our history. And even then, I've been saying all along that I don't like a 48-team World Cup. I don't. I still look at the World Cup and should be an exclusive tournament in which you qualify. The best of the best of each region qualify. It's not an invitational. It's not an open mic night. Everybody gets a chance. No. This is not karaoke night. You got to qualify to get there. And when you start opening the window of qualification for just about everybody, 48 teams seems like a lot for me. 32 was fine. In fact, there was a time in which it was less than 32. Maybe we could have had that conversation if it wasn't enough before 32. 32 I thought was plenty. 48, far too much.
All right. Gab, why does Serie A lack world-class players? Gab's getting it today. The only 2 that could be classified as such would be Dumfries and Magnan, while all other top 5 leagues have at least 6. Players like De Bruyne and Modric won't count since they're past their best, and Lautaro isn't quite there yet. Or isn't quite there.
Well, Lautaro's 28, so I hope there was no yet at the end of that.
There wasn't.
Of that question. Yeah, I don't know. I guess somebody's not really a Kenan Yildiz fan, I'm guessing, or a Christian Pulisic fan, or Rafael Leao. I don't know. World class, I think it's kind of a pretty meaningless label. Is Ademola Lookman world class? Was he world class last season when he put 3 passes behind Bayer Leverkusen or 2 years ago in the Europa League final? I mean, I don't want to get philosophical here, but what the hell does it even mean? How many world-class players are in the Bundesliga since there's so many, right? Okay, Harry Kane, fine. Joshua Kimmich.
It's a little bit of whataboutery from you there, Gab.
But the whataboutery comes from the question, right? Where do we draw the line at who's world-class? I think Bastoni is world-class. I don't think you can count more than 3 or 4 center backs in the world that you would put ahead of him. Does that make him world class? Not by this guy's definition, evidently, since he didn't mention him. I might not have Dumfries up there.
Sommer.
So, yeah, I mean,
Sommer is
I don't know.
world class.
It just seems like a
for example.
Sorry?
Sommer is world class. I mean, you can find. I mean, who decides who's world class or not? I mean, not upon review football decides who's world class or not. I mean, you can find dozens of world class players. I'm fed up with those people who decide, who is better than the other one. You shut up, ask a better question, because really, that takes me into my nerves, really. I mean, you have to respect the world of football. Come on.
Yeah, look. It's one of those how long is a piece of string argument, right? If we say these are the top 100 players in the world, and then we count how many there are in each league, fine, that's one argument. But if we say world class, well, what's world class to you might not be world class to me. Is Sadio Mane world class? Wait, are there more world class players in Saudi Arabia right now than there are in any other league in the world except for the Premier League, perhaps? Probably.
Exactly.
By this dude's definition, it feels that way.
Well, I think. Well, I don't because obviously Gab is very touchy today, and so I don't want to really step on Gab. I just want to leave Gab alone. But all I would say is that if you were to compare, say, Milan, Inter, Juventus, Napoli, right now where they are and the teams that they have and the squads that they have available, compare that to the late 80s, early 90s of those same teams, I think we can all agree, whether our definition of world class may change, we can all agree that those teams were elite, that those teams were among the best in the world. And so if you then extrapolate that to the rest of the teams in Serie A and assume that if your stronger teams are not as good as they were back then, the rest is also not as good as they were, then the level of the league has also decreased. I think it's a fair assessment without getting personal or without giving any value to whatever upon review football is saying. It's just an observation.
Go ahead, Gab.
No, I agree.
For a
I
minute
agree
there,
with you, and comparing. Sorry. So go, Gab.
No, just for a minute there, I was going to mention how the Dallas Cowboys were probably a little bit better in the 1990s when they had Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith compared to the Muppet Show that they have now. And what does that say about the league? But look, you're right. Serie A was a better league in the 80s and 90s when they literally won everything in sight. But does it mean that there's only 2 world-class players in Serie A? And also, even more, how do you get to Dumfries and Magic Mike? We all love Magic Mike, but the man is injured every other week. Denzel Dumfries, that's who you fantasize about at night? In world-class terms, really? I don't know. It just seems odd to me, but sure.
All right.
So Gab getting angry about Denzel Dumfries and Magic Mike somehow builds a bridge to have a shot at the Cowboys?
Yeah.
What?
Like they need that.
What? And I take shots on the Cowboys. I don't care.
What is your favourite football-themed movie? Mine is Victory with Sylvester Stallone and Pelé. Escape to Victory. Classic.
Yes, that was a very nice one. I mean, Sylvester Stallone is the worst of the players that among the others, because you had real players, like Pelé and some others. But that was a really nice movie, also shot in Paris, in France. I loved it. If we talk about football, we can include American football, and for me, one of the best movies about sport that I ever seen is Any Given Sunday. I love that movie. I loved Al Pacino acting. But it's true that Victory was a very, very good movie.
Stallone's goalkeeper.
Do you remember the score, Frank?
Go ahead, Gab.
Excuse me?
Do you remember who won the game in Escape to Victory? Do you remember the final score?
I think that normally, but the real story. No, I don't because I don't care about that. Because but really, the real story, it's about the Hungarian former prisoner who beat the Nazi, and were all killed by the Nazis. But I think in that game, well, I guess because it's an American movie, I mean the prisoner won the game.
Yeah. No, it actually finished 4-4. Nobody remembers the score.
Okay.
But you hit the nail on the head. It's not about the score. It's not about results. It's about how you play and what you stand for and the emotions that you convey to the audiences when you're out there, right? You as an actor, you get that. It's not about the score.
Okay.
Exactly.
What about Stallon's goalkeeping? It kind of looked like you, Shaq.
Rob, are you trying to say I've got a future in Hollywood?
Shaq-astrophic.
That's it.
Hollywood's calling
Anything
is what
stand
I
out
heard.
to you guys?
About
Our football, not Frank going off course.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna say Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell. Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield back in the day. I think his son played, or he would put a wig on his son, and he would play in a girls' team because he was the coach of the team and he wanted the team to win. I think that's if I remember correctly. But Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell, I suppose, is of the newer ones. At least it's funny. And I don't have to remember what the scoreline was either.
No, might be 4-4. Nobody remembers. Score doesn't matter.
I had to look it up. Was it goal? That was
Goal.
Newcastle United.
Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Santi.
That's all that matters.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Real Madrid. Yeah.
That was that movie with goal with that they took the only Mexican who doesn't know to play football, and that was that movie. Those 3 movies. I mean, that was amazing because even on the short shots, even you could see his shoulders didn't match what he was doing. I say, how can you not find one Mexican guy actor who can play football? That was crazy for me. Insane.
Oh, look at that. Frank's not having it. All right. This is an interesting one. Must go to Gab first. Do any of you trust a non-lettuce based salad? You shouldn't, apparently.
What, like a potato salad?
Or caprese salad?
Yeah. Well, I don't consider caprese
a
salad.
sort of salad. I think it's mostly.
But you don't need lettuce in a salad.
Not like an iceberg salad. That's like the sort of salad. The identity as a salad. You have many sorts of salads. The green salad, in fact, like the iceberg. I don't know what you call that. The rockets. In France, we have many salads, and the different spice flavor. I think it's more about that, not the question.
Okay, so leaves we're saying okay. Romaine, kale, whatever.
Kale.
Yeah, but let's say it's not a leaf-based salad.
Like a coleslaw.
Okay, like a mixture, yeah.
Also a salad?
I don't know. I'm asking, is that a non-lettuce based salad? Coleslaw.
I don't know.
Does that qualify?
Coleslaw is not a
How
salad.
about a fruit salad? I like a fruit salad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fruit salad.
I absolutely trust
fruit salad.
non-lettuce-based salads.
Zach Waters confused everybody, and everybody disagrees at the same time.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know.
I don't mind a potato salad, a good potato salad.
neither.
Now, if you get the potato salad wrong and it's left out for a while in the sun, probably not the way to go. But a good potato salad, fresh.
Seems like you've got some experience with
Well,
that.
I'm just saying, I spent a very difficult evening after eating a shady potato salad.
All right, last question. Ale, if Venezuela win the WBC next year, will it ease your pain from Venezuela's World Cup qualifying campaign? Also, can I get a Vamos Venezuela, please and thanks?
So for those that don't know, the WBC is a World Baseball Classic, and the answer to that is unequivocally 100% no.
No.
No, it wouldn't ease the pain. Look, I'd love for Venezuela to win that, but no. To compare the World Baseball Classic with the World Cup is a completely different conversation, and they're trying to make the World Baseball Classic into something, and they're not anywhere near making it into something just yet. Plus, baseball is not played nearly in as many places as soccer is. It would ease the pain somewhat. I would be happy for like half a second, yay! But no, it doesn't ease the pain of Venezuela not qualifying to the World Cup, but because Jesus was so friendly and so interested in Venezuela, I have no issue in saying, Vamos Venezuela!
Love that. Before we go tonight, you didn't get to see Frank's thinker pose while Gab was talking about the Amarim slot question.
Yeah. See, Frank is looking into my soul.
Oh, he is. Oh, boy.
He's looking into my soul.
I love that.
Oh, boy, he's
Pondering
Can
a
you send me that
three-bean
picture?
salad.
I love that. You know, can you send me that picture? My wife will think once, and now I can be smart and thinking, and then so that would be nice. Okay, I can have it.
It's gonna take a lot more than that, Frank. It's gonna take a lot more than that.
For the first time this show, it's gone in an entirely unexpected direction.
Look at it.
Ah, boy, look at that.
Now, does the thinker have a comb over? Is that what's going on with the hairstyle?
But nothing on the. Nothing in the brain. See, nothing is going on in the brain right now. I'm just
the guns. Could you rival those guns?
Oh, don't get Frank.
The biceps.
Don't get Frank undressing on the show, will you? Jesus.
Well, yeah, I have the same.
Oh, yes. I mean, honestly, he is.
Yeah, don't worry.
I blame you for that, kid.
Yeah.
I blame you.
See, we were ready to move on.
Frank. Now we have Frank undressing on the show.
Yeah, see, but how quickly he went to undressing.
Let me just
No, but if you push me, I have to serve you.
No, you weren't pushing.
You don't have to, though.
Barely a little tap on your shoulder.
For more of Frank and his bulging biceps every single day.
I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? I beg your pardon?
Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We've got Craig, Shaka and Mark Ogden here. I've had a text from Dan today. He said the doctor said he's progressing well. And he was in good spirits yesterday. We were
Yeah, he was
chatting to
texting
him.
last night.
Yeah, so he was actually offering to show pictures of the liver, which Craig declined.
But I chose to.
Yeah, I'm not.
I wish I declined now.
I wish I had too. Okay, on to lighter subjects.
I offered to send him up a crate of cold beer.
No, absolutely not.
But he's just to try the new one out, see how it's going.
Absolutely not. All right, let's get started with your questions.
It's good to see that, obviously, in all seriousness, it's a big ordeal.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You know, he was quite chilled, relatively chilled about it on the surface, but it was a big ordeal. It is a big ordeal for people. Big long operation and that, so it's hopefully we're at the other end now.
Yeah, his lovely wife did say that when he was first coming round because of the medication, he was talking nonsense.
Okay, no, he was just being him.
Sending all our love out to you, Dan, and we love to keep hearing your updates, as does
He
everybody.
haven't stretched his legs at all when he's in there. Made him another.
All right, let's get your first question up then. I'm actually
taller.
not sure which way around these go. I think it's this one. Okay.
Well, try it with the right way up. I would imagine.
It's the right way.
I would imagine the question started at the top.
It's not great. I've just started to get my first readers, so let's see how we do. All right, Shaka, I think the first question's for you. Your World Cup odds really have Mexico above Holland, Germany, and even Colombia. Is the algorithm a myth?
You know, I have a confession to make. I just kind of forgot about Holland. And I'll be honest, I've paid zero attention to European qualifying. All usuals are going to qualify. It's because of this extended format and how many European teams are going to qualify. I really have paid zero attention to it. It's just, it feels predictable. I've paid zero attention.
Does the algorithm just not like international teams?
Hold on. Hold your horses. Whoa there.
Right, let me give the explanation.
Mexico, there's two teams in there. Are you trying to
let me
heal some wounds?
No. Here's what I said yesterday.
Norway.
Here's what I said.
They beat Moldova 11.
Here's what I said yesterday.
They've not beat the World Cup.
Hold on. Here's what I said yesterday. I don't think anybody outside of the top four are going to win the World Cup. So now I'm looking for who gets deep runs in the tournament.
The United States.
I think Mexico and the United States will get deep runs because they'll get very easy draws as host nations.
He says the deep run is the last 16 now.
Norway. I know they've been better recently, Norway, but they haven't been to a World Cup since I played against them in 1998. I mean, neither of our lot, but they're not on the top 10.
Mark, I wonder what you've got to say about this.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Norway is so high, I've got to say. And, you know, I know they got Erling Haaland, but, I mean, not sure about that. I think Portugal are the team that could surprise, you know, and obviously the Ronaldo situation never goes away, but they've got a lot of good players, Portugal, and if they can get a run together, they're certainly a team. I saw them win the Nations League last season, and, you know, they're capable of beating anybody in the day. So I'd say Portugal is a little bit higher than Norway.
You ready? Okay. I think he's been taking some heat on the socials as well.
The United States and Mexico.
Somebody wrote to me. I tell you, I bet they get to round of 16. One of the two of those.
If they get a soft soap draw.
They'll get a soft draw as hosts. They always get a soft draw as hosts.
Okay. Well, you can always change your mind in a World Cup. It's not.
Well, they did beat the mighty. To be fair, they've drew with Ecuador.
Beat Australia.
Which some of our colleagues went a little bit OTT as per. And then they beat the mighty Australia at home.
It was their first defeat under their coach, Australia.
Tony Popovic. When have Australia ever been a
You love this international.
I know.
You all over all the international.
I think you should be on Football Americas. You know a lot.
You could have my spot.
Listen, don't be silly. Listen. It's not professional to not watch the qualifiers.
No, I don't watch your current qualifying.
Neither did I.
Except for the days you're on, obviously.
I don't watch it.
All right.
It's hard. It's a hard watch.
Mark,
qualifying.
I love this question. Would Mark be a happier lad if he, say, covered Real Madrid or maybe Mallorca for a few years?
There's an idea.
I am happy. What
Okay, why have they shoehorned you into this sort of Mr. Grumpy? I've had the same over the years.
I don't know. It's probably because I'm
really annoying.
That's not helping Mark Eddie, by the way.
Listen, I'd be more than happy to go to Real Madrid and cover Real Madrid for a while because, you know, Madrid's one of the best cities in Europe. So, but no, I'm more than happy with my lot in the Premier League. You know, I see plenty of good football at Anfield, at the Emirates, at Stamford Bridge, at the Etihad. Not so much at Old Trafford, but there's plenty going on in the Premier League. So, no, I'm happy enough as it is.
Okay.
Don't make Mark any happier.
I tell you what.
Don't make Mark any happier, whatever you do.
You put Augie next to Rob Dawson. Oh my God. He's comedic.
You have to be like that if you're in the Manchester region. It's fitting. It's rainy.
Horrible, miserable.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, there's not like people say that. Honestly, it's like it's just a job, isn't it? You can't just sit here and go. You can't.
I mean, you can if you want.
No,
that's what I tried to do.
Yeah, but sometimes you need words.
All right.
Come on, questions.
Milan is supposedly annoyed at how Pochettino and the US men's national team handled Pulisic during this past international window because he was risked when there were no points involved and Pulisic was dealing with an ankle issue. Does Milan have a valid point, Checker?
The US are not going to play where there's points involved till next summer. But at some point, they have to start playing what you think, or shades of, what you think of their best team. Now, and how serious that ankle injury is down to Christian Pulisic to say to the coach to play or not, or what kind of role he plays. So I don't put this on Pochettino at all.
Do you remember Jan came out with that one of his ridiculous statements? I'm just going to go through all the pundits. Do you remember Jan came out and said, when Bayern Munich were going to ridiculously threatening to sue Canada over Alphonso Davies getting an injury? And we all said, never heard so much garbage in my life. And Jan said, I think they got a case. Which, you know, absolutely ridiculous. But where these, you know, my point is, how do you stop this? You know, a manager back in the old days, managers just stopped players going. Come up with any old, I've seen it, I was part of it, any old codswallop of a story and a player wouldn't go. But the rules and laws around the international break have changed now. And Pulisic was fit to start the game. Pochettino's he's under pressure. They haven't played particularly well. He's searching for the right back. So this is just another club v country war of words. Bayern Munich in Canada, Milan in the US.
Barcelona in Spain, Lamine Yamal.
It happens. club managers do not want their players playing in games that are seemingly meaningless, but they're meaningless to the club manager, but they're not, and to us maybe, but they're not meaningless for the most part to the international manager who's under pressure and he's trying to figure out the best way forward to get the best results. So it's just tough.
Yeah, tough. All right, for Mark, any truth to the UAE consortium takeover news?
Well, I mean, this always raises its head when United have a bit of a bad patch and that there's a little bit of stuff behind the scenes, but I don't think it's as credible as some United fans would hope it would be. You know, the UAE, certainly Abu Dhabi, have got Man City cornered, and Dubai have never really shown any major interest in buying a football club. They had a flirtation in Liverpool maybe 15 years ago, but nothing came of it. Dubai is interested in horse racing, so I don't see the UAE being a serious proposition for Man United right now. I think the Glazers are happy there. They don't want to sell because they see more money coming down the line from various different things. So I think the UAE thing is just a bit of a red herring.
Okay, another one for you, Mark. What's going on in terms of a salary cap and which clubs would and wouldn't like?
Well, this is part of the Premier League that they're trying to vote on what's called an anchoring system, which I won't kind of bore you guys with the details of it, but it basically means that it's a kind of a salary cap by stealth, but it's never going to work for the biggest clubs in the Premier League because the moment the Premier League has a salary cap, it means that they can't compete with Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, the clubs in Saudi Arabia when it comes to paying the best players, because the best players will go where the money is and the money won't be in the Premier League anymore. So it's just not feasible. Why would the Premier League vote for a system which makes the league weaker and less exciting, less attractive to the best players? So I don't see who it suits and why it's even being suggested.
The old turkey voting for Christmas routine, isn't it? Not that turkeys can vote. Don't believe so. But they wouldn't vote, would they? Shaq?
Yeah.
You like turkey?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And Christmas.
Huh?
I like turkey and Christmas. I'd vote for them both.
Mark, you're a popular boy today. Mark, is Jude Bellingham overrated? Would he make the starting 11 for Spain or France?
Do you know something? I think he is. I think he's overrated. I think he had a great start at Real Madrid, and I think he's kind of living off that first 3 months at Real. Look, he's a good player, he's a top player, but is he in Real Madrid's top 5 most important players? Might squeak in at number 5, but I don't. I think the situation with Bellingham is I don't quite know what his best position is. I don't think he does either. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's not. I don't think he works hard enough to be an attacking midfielder. So I don't quite know where he fits in. So I think there is probably a little bit of his reputation has been embellished a bit because he plays for Real Madrid, and yeah, I think he is overrated. There you go.
Who outside of Harry Kane in the England squad gets into France or Spain squad? A little harsh, that question.
I think Declan Rice plays for. I think Declan Rice is good enough as a midfielder. Yeah.
You watch Jude Bellingham a lot, though. Do you think it's harsh to say that he's overrated?
Well, I think he has to prove himself again. That first 6 or 7 months of his first season, when we sat here and every weekend and went, my God, this is incredible. Not generally his all-round performance, but popping up at the right place at the right time. Another goal, another winner. There was a great goal in his first Classico he played at the Montjuic, I believe. 2 goals late on. But if you look back at those, a lot of that goal-scoring feat that he was on at the time, a lot of it, the ball sort of just dropped to him. Now, he did score a couple of fantastic goals and made some great runs, but there was a few of them where the ball sort of bobbled around and he was right place, right time. Once that goes away, then there has to be other facets to your game. And that certainly went away last year under Ancelotti.
Everybody struggled last year under Ancelotti.
And that's what I'm saying, he wasn't the only one, and he was shifted from pillar to post, as Valverde was, as Camavinga was, and others. So that sort of neutralised what we saw this season before. But I do think he has. I think it was a big mistake not to have the surgery at the end of the season. Maybe there was pressure on him from inside Madrid to go to this ridiculous Club World Cup. I don't know, but I think for any player that's a mistake. You have to give yourself the best pre-season, the best chance to start the season. particularly when you're under as much pressure at a club as Real Madrid. So to answer the question, I'm not sure overrated is the right word, but I don't think he's a guaranteed starter. And even though Alonso put him in that Madrid derby, which was a managerial mistake, and that wasn't Bellingham's fault, I do feel that unless he really pulls his weight, I don't think, never mind England, I don't think he's a guaranteed starter for Real Madrid.
So then, I think it's still a little early to say whether he will be under Xabi Alonso. To your point, had this outstanding first season for Real. Was he third in the Ballon d'Or voting? But then last season, nobody lived up to that previous season's expectation, whether we're talking Vinicius Jr., you look through all Real Madrid squad, nobody had the season they did 2 seasons ago. So, and then, you're right, for some reason, Real Madrid kind of made the Club World Cup a priority and him playing in that, and so he's just coming back. So I find the question a little premature.
Okay. Well, time will tell.
Okay, I'm just being a bit... I'm being a little bit facetious here, but just bear with me a minute. If you switch Scott McTominay and Jude Bellingham from Napoli and Real Madrid, would you notice a difference? I mean, in terms of what they do?
Don't know, Mark, would you?
At the moment, I think Bellingham, it just sounds a bit silly, but Bellingham's got more to his game, all-round game. But in terms of being a threat in the opposition box as a midfielder, then at the moment, you would have to say McTominay's a bigger threat.
I'm having Bellingham all day long. Over McTominay, I'm having Bellingham.
No, I mean, I don't think it's not. Well, listen, I don't think we should. You know, look, I think we have some credibility here to guard against. We're not comparing Scott McTominay and Jude Bellingham as players. No, and Oggie's not doing that. He's just saying currently, the way McTominay's taking his game to the level as he did in Italy, as arguably one of the biggest midfield threats from deep, scoring goals. Bellingham has to get back to that. This is bread and butter, isn't it? Because he's not an intricate. He's not a Modric or a Kroos, is he? His game's about physicality. His game's about running. You know, running with the ball, running and timing of runs. You know, Frank Lampard did that. I think, and you know, Frank was a young player when I was coming through, and then I watched him and commentated on him. Frank maybe had parts of his game where he wasn't a Steven Gerrard with his passing range or a Paul Scholes, but year on year, he was delivering goals and goals and goals, driving into the box, shots from outside the box, timing his runs, and he was brilliant at it, and he perfected the consistency pretty much of that. That's what Jude Bellingham needs to do. And you know, time will tell whether he's going to do that consistently at Real Madrid. I don't know. Yeah. Big year for him. Big season for that boy.
Yeah.
Big season for him.
And La Liga getting back underway this weekend. We'll be talking a lot more about it, no doubt, on the later editions of Extra Time. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow.
All right, welcome into Extra Time, everyone. Here's where we have some more fun. Let me get the questions up because they came in flying when I said the Avengers Assemble that we have over here at the Allianz Arena. Well, to be honest, I actually only mentioned Nedum, and Robbo may have tweeted out kind of that Diddy was joining us after. I didn't mention Archie. I didn't know if it was big enough of a name. Just kidding, Archie. Just kidding, Archie.
I've got the longest name of you all, okay? So you can bite down.
And I'm still struggling to pronounce it. All right, let's get into the first question now from Brian. He says, hi, Alexis, please ask Stuart, why is Vincent Kompany not really getting the credit he deserves given how he was almost a desperate choice for the job at Bayern after failing with Burnley? Does he not deserve to be ranked as one of the best managers currently in the world?
Well, he's doing a great job at Bayern Munich. He had to rebuild them after Tuchel went because Tuchel had upset a lot of the players. He was saying that Goretzka wasn't good enough, Kimmich wasn't good enough. He's had to rebuild their careers. So I think he's done a good job. I still wouldn't say he's a magnificent coach. What he's done, he's managed the team very well. He's managed the players very well. They look as though they're a happy team now. They look as though they're together. And that's a big part of management. He might have coaches behind him who are doing a lot of the coaching work, but in in terms of management, I think he's done an excellent job at Bayern Munich.
Nedum, you gonna stick up for your boy? Robbo says he's not magnificent.
Absolutely going to stick up for him.
Come in.
I was, to be honest, I'd have given him more credit for the coaching job, because I think seeing the way that the team play and some of the sort of varied styles that they have in certain games, I think you can see that the team has progressed over time. And knowing him the way that I do, like him on the coaching field is a big part of who he is. I think the management side of things, you could argue it's probably impossible to be a good enough manager as such for this Bayern Munich situation, especially in Bundesliga and so on. But from a coaching standpoint, I think he's bringing out the best in some of those players that we've maybe not seen the best from in years gone by. And some of the new signings that have come in, Michael Olise looks top. Michael Olise might not have fit into the system under a different sort of coach. I think seeing Gnabry now playing in that sort of position, seeing other players like Upamecano playing some of his best football, I think he deserves credit for the coaching job as well.
He's not had the chance to be called magnificent yet. That will come in April and May. That's the chance he gets to break through that glass ceiling. That's the next chance. At Bayern Munich, unless you're winning the Champions League, you don't enter that level of the game.
Fair.
But I think that what he has done so far, he's very good at managing the environment. You saw it actually with Thomas Tuchel and with Julian Nagelsmann. They both wanted to play the Munich media. You do not play the Munich media. The Munich media plays you. And Vincent Kompany's just gone, I'm leaving that. I have experience of what a big club is like in terms of working, of having been at Anderlecht. He knows what that's like in terms of in Belgium. It has a similar status as Bayern does in Germany. And I think he's done well. Did he?
No, he's done ever so well, you've got to say. And as you say, he speaks really well. He's very down to earth, very humble. And people like it because the last two managers we had here rather like themselves. So he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. And as you say, the Champions League. And the only thing I would say, last year they had a chance to win the Champions League without beating an English team. Mm-hmm. Inter, Leverkusen, then at Celtic, Leverkusen, Inter, Barcelona, Paris. I know it would have been a tough way into the final and winning it, but you won't get another chance not having to beat an English side. And that's my only worry when it comes to the Champions League, because I think out of the 5 or 6 English teams, you probably, if you want to win it this year, you probably have to beat at least 2.
They've done Chelsea already. Arsenal coming up.
Yeah, in a group game. I know what you're saying. I can hear you. But they have improved. Nedum is right. They have progressed. He's kept everybody on side. He seem a happy bunch. The only other thing is they haven't got any injuries, so you've got to wait till they get 1 or 2, because it's a pretty thin squad. I know Musiala and E2 hopefully are coming back, and Davis, but you don't know when they come back, and when they do come back, you don't know how they come back. So I think it would be foolish to say, oh, these guys come back, we'll be fine then. But the lads who are there at the moment, they do the business.
All right, well, I think we're going to play that little clip of where Archie says that Vinny's not quite magnificent yet tomorrow, and see Vinny's still willing to give a post-match interview then. Or maybe because Nedum's down there, maybe. Next question is for Diddy. Diddy, how the hell did you guys beat AC Milan in 2005? How did that really happen?
Not sure, Alexis. It shouldn't have happened. I think AC Milan played as much a part as we did. They shouldn't have got in a position where it goes from 3-0 to 3 each. Obviously, we took it. And I think it just shows that sometimes you need a bit of luck. I think we had it on the night. Obviously, we knew if we get the first goal, we might get another one. We got 3 in 6 minutes, which we didn't expect. And then in the last minute of extra time, Shevchenko had a chance from, a yard out. It was probably harder to miss than to score. Fortunately, he hit Dudek's hand. And once it went to penalties, I thought if we don't beat them now, we never will. Unfortunately, we did.
Robbo, you remember that final?
I do remember the final, but I'm going to just ask Diddy another question. What does it feel like, Diddy, to ruin Kevin Keegan's international management career?
Well, obviously, you play for the team, and I met him afterwards at Anfield, because I've not met him for years, and I had a quick chat about it. How can I say it? You
don't care, do you, really?
No, I do. Sometimes I don't, but in this case, and obviously I walked down the tunnel when he walked down, and the stick he got was just, it wasn't good. And obviously he made a decision on the spot. Maybe he should have slept on it and waited till the next day.
I think one of his words were, or one of his sentences, if I can't contain Didier Man, I've got to give up management.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Sliding doors, though, because after he leaves that job, one of his next jobs is Man City. And at Man City gives this guy his debut. So without Diddy doing that, would we be here today?
How did that go?
Yeah, it was great, yeah. Great 16 years.
And who came to England? It was Sven.
Yes.
Sven, who was our manager then in Man City, and he took me to Leicester.
Yes.
As our first team coach. So it's a merry-go-round.
It's a merry-go-round indeed. Next question is for Nedum. Nedum, which one is harder, being a $100 million transfer or pound transfer from within the Premier League like Grealish or Rice, or like Wirtz, 115 plus million from abroad? Do players talk smack during game time regarding transfer fees to set players off?
I'm glad the question went the other way there, because I didn't think I was a specialist on being a £100 million player.
No.
I think it was approximately £3.75 million you could have got my services
big money
for.
back in the day, though. Big money back in the day.
No, it wasn't. But it was money. I think in regards to people's transfer fees, like, I've seen times where, for example, you joke around with one of your teammates, no matter what the price is. If somebody new comes in and they're having a tough time at the start, almost like a way to break the ice, you could be in a rondo, someone's in all the time, you're like, oh, how much? Ooh, can you send him back? Ooh, stuff like that. You're a player in the past, and realistically, it's a good test for them, because do their heads go down, do they laugh it off?
But when does it get said? Like, at a set piece, are you just like creeping up behind someone and be like...
The best time to criticise someone's value is when they're doing something that is of no value to anybody at all. If somebody is like tripping over their feet, they're putting bad balls into the box, you're like, ooh, it's not great, that, is it? It's not great. And sometimes it's best to even say it. To say if it happens to an opposition player, say it to one of their teammates. How much did you pay for him? Oh, it's not
Nedum was a bully, wasn't he?
I'm seeing another side to Nedum.
No,
he's come out of his shell. He was a bully.
Munich Nedum is a different Nedum, different beast.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Nice guy.
Nedum talking smack. Never thought I would see the day. Next question is for Archie. Archie, which is your favorite ground in Germany to visit for games?
You got to say it in German.
Oh.
Ruhrstadion.
Ah.
VfL Bochum. They're no longer in the Bundesliga. They will be back, hopefully, but I am a big fan of a rickety old stadium with old-style floodlights and why the place rocks when it is full. When it's half full, it is absolutely buzzing. Look at the smile on Diddy's face. Diddy knows what that place is like.
Now,
it is special.
I just wondered how we get Herbert Grönemeyer into your answer now. Because the guys probably wouldn't know him.
How am I going to explain in 10 seconds to you that Herbert Grönemeyer, one of the famous sons and musicians of the Ruhr Valley, has this famous song where they sing about Bochum and how, look, it may not be the prettiest city, but it's our city and we love it, and it's one of the best anthems. And if you've not gone to Bochum yet, then you need to.
No, I agree. When Archie said it, if you're there and they play that song, because it's obviously called Bochum, where he's from, when they play that song 10 minutes before the start of the game, the place is bouncing.
Chills, literal chills, and also the currywurst that you get there. We're talking about chopped up sausage.
Coach Mike, next question, let's just, come on.
Whoa.
Enough's enough.
We're
talking
about
Bochum.
chopped up sausage with like this kind of like ketchup-y gravy.
Ooh.
So we need to get you some of this on your next. Why not? What's this about?
Classica's only for me.
I don't know if ketchupy gravy is on my list of favorite things I'd like to try. Turns out that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Lovely, lovely treat. Next question is for Nedum again. It's more of a statement. Nedum, Bobby Zamora called you the strongest player he ever played with. Questionable. What did you see as your best athletic trait? Your speed or your strength? It's got to be strength.
What about his skill?
Yeah.
Have you seen his arms? Come on.
I think from when I was younger, it was definitely my speed, like the strength part of it. pound for pound, however, most people that you play against are pretty strong, and it's more so about how you use it in any particular moment. Like some of the smaller players that you would see, you know, looking at the likes of like an Aguero and a Tevez and so on, they could push anybody over if they get their balance right. Whereas from the speed standpoint, the trouble it could get you out of, the sort of recovery speed that we see, for example, with say Kyle Walker at his best years at City. City had that sort of safety blanket because they knew he could get back into position. Whereas the players who don't really have it, you know, you can't get in the gym and all of a sudden just be a lot quicker.
Nedum, you were the same age as Micah Richards. You played in the under-21s with him. Who was the quickest?
I was quickest.
Oh, okay.
It's not even a question. What you don't know, Robbo, is before I turned pro, I used to do athletics. I was second fastest in the country.
Wow.
7 meters for my age. So
yeah, a lot of people said you were really an athlete that played football rather than a football that was a good athlete.
Do you know what? I'm going to take that because it's from you, okay? I'm going to take that.
Come on, Nedum, bite back.
See you later. We'll discuss it. No, we'll discuss it later. We'll discuss it later. I'll meet you in the tunnel.
I'll
meet you in the tunnel. I'll meet you in the tunnel.
It's like a second coming of Roy
He'll
Keane
say
versus
something
Patrick
to you
Vieira.
first, though. He'll whisper something in your ear first to just kind of get you thinking. Like,
Of course. It's always the way.
We found that out.
It's always the way.
All right, well, just like that, we're on to our final question because Robbo and Nedum have a date in the tunnel after this. Who is the biggest loss for Liverpool? Let's go to Diddy first for this one. Alisson, Konate, or Gravenberch?
Well, he won't be Konate the way he's playing at the moment. Well, Mamadashvili come in now, the keeper. He's done okay. He might be capable of doing it. I think that holding role that, you know, if you want to win a game, you need to control the game, and you win the games in midfield. It's the engine room, and Gravenberch was probably a player of the season last year. As much as I wouldn't like to lose Alisson, I probably would say at the moment, Gravenberch.
Imagine selling Ryan Gravenberch, huh? Imagine doing that.
Oh, imagine a defensive midfielder saying a defensive midfielder is the most important person for a team.
Nedum.
Crazy times. Yeah.
Diddy's absolutely right. The game is won and lost in central midfield. They're the most important players. Forget the forwards and the defenders. It's midfield players that win and lose games.
I didn't say that I disagreed. I just said it's interesting that it would come from Didi Hamann.
I didn't go as far as to say if you've got a good midfield, it doesn't matter who plays full back.
Yeah,
do that next time.
I've heard that. Yeah, sure.
All right, well, just like that, all our fun has ended. Thank you so much to everyone for sending in your extra time questions. We'll be taking a lot more tomorrow. Remember, the Classica is coming to you live from right here. The Allianz Arena coverage is on ESPN. Be sure to join us as well as for ESPN FC right after. Bye for now.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome into the studios for today's edition of Extra Time.
It's a bit half-hearted, wasn't it?
Craig, Pete's talking in my ear. He's prattling on about Frank or something.
Oh, right, fair enough. The Jets have probably lost again.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
0-7.
Big Jets fan.
0-7.
All right, why don't we get a look at? I'm told we've got a picture here. Something we all want to see. This is Stevie's breakfast.
No, oh my God.
I'll tell you what, by the way, it got spoiled by Liverpool against Man United.
Did you get it down before the game started?
I just about made it before kick-off, so...
Can you walk us through that menu? I'm not super familiar with those items.
Why you got Danish bacon there on the right bottom, you got a couple of fried eggs, nice and soft, so that when you bust the head, all the juice comes out and I can dip the toast.
Oh, wow. You're a pro.
Oh, what? So I get the toast, right? Get some tomato sauce.
What is tomato sauce? Okay.
Yeah, you can't see the bottle. It's on the right-hand side, just above the fork.
What's in the tub?
That's beans, baked beans.
Why don't you put the baked beans on the plate?
Well, because it makes a bit of a mess.
Sorry, a bit of a mess? Isn't that a mess? That's a mess.
On the left-hand side...
What's that?
Well, that's the fried potatoes.
Got it.
So, yeah,
nothing
fantastic. Sausages. Look at the
nothing
sausages.
sweet. Stevie, nothing sweet.
Question.
And a cup of tea to drown it down.
Why are you taking pictures of the aforementioned breakfast?
Well, because I was sending it to Dan to cheer him up in hospital. And then...
He's just had a life-saving operation.
Yeah, but I didn't... So I sent him that, right?
Anything, or much.
Well, I didn't realise, though. So I called him and said, hey, how you doing? He goes, oh, thanks for that picture. I goes, oh, I thought you enjoyed it. He goes, yeah, I'm not allowed to eat anything yet. I was like, oh, God, I didn't know.
He's not allowed to eat still. Oh.
He's not allowed to eat anything. He's not allowed to eat anything. I was like, oh, sorry, Dad.
And even when he is allowed to eat anything, he's not allowed to eat that.
Dan couldn't eat that.
No?
No, he'd have to at least half it into.
Boy, that'd be about a week's worth of food for me.
That was about 5 minutes for me.
All right, let's get to the questions here. First one from Amir. Man, it's obvious you and Craig don't get along. Who's that for? Is that for me or Stevie or Frank?
Everybody?
Everybody?
Anybody?
Most people.
Pretty cooperative today.
Who's this for?
Who's this
What
for?
is you? Who's you? Who's you?
Who's you?
Well, I mean, as a self-centered person here, I always just kind of think you is me, but I guess you could be all of us.
Well, we need Amir to get back in touch and let us know.
Well,
what's going on.
why doesn't Amir send?
Do we have like a tense tete-a-tete?
No, but why doesn't he send in a semi?
You didn't want Manchester United question.
No, but why doesn't he send one in that's obvious?
Right. Okay, moving on. What was Stevie's?
Hold on, and if it is you, if it is to be you, I don't know why he says that, because I give every presenter a hard time.
Yeah. And you guys don't see behind this.
And it doesn't matter if it's a female presenter or a male presenter. It's a presenter.
You bully equally. You are.
No, I don't bully. I just question.
Maybe you represent the world.
Yes.
Yeah. Craig, maybe you represent the world.
Yeah. Oh, now we're getting deep. All right, Stevie, what was your blood pressure?
You know the problem is with some of our viewers? Too many woke ones.
Sorry? Too many what?
Too many woke ones. Too many get upset.
Oh.
What do you want to see? Some boring freaking show where everybody just sits here and nods at each other?
Yeah, I like to have a little
and utter muppet.
Yeah. There it is, Craig. Get it out.
It is.
Yeah, what do you want? You want to sit here? You want to see vanilla? You want a vanilla show? I'll give you a vanilla show.
If I leave this show,
Craig, we love you like that.
If you argue with somebody,
we love you.
You're bullying them. Oh, get them married. Oh God, they need therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
We're all friends here. Stevie, your blood pressure during the game, please.
I was going
Sorry,
mental.
I tried to get that off my chest.
I was going bonkers. My language was terrible. I actually locked myself in the bedroom.
Really?
On my
Totally
own.
alone, not even out.
Shame you got out.
Out the road. Aye.
That's a good one.
I can assure
He
you.
locked himself in the bed.
Was this outfit picked after the game, I'm assuming?
It's the only one he's got.
No,
Aye.
come on. He's got some lime green ties.
This is definitely the auditioning for The Sopranos.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Chuck asks, how bad was the language from Stevie after Maguire scored? And did Craig think about going home after that? So you were still at home.
Well, I wasn't here.
They weren't together.
I was at home.
No, it was horrible. I was really angry. And I actually did a digital with McDonald's straight afterwards.
Oof.
I was biting my tongue.
Are you like a swearer, or do you like throw things at all? Like physically, are you like a pounder?
I shout.
You're more a shouter. Okay.
Aye.
Got it.
I get angry.
Andas, do you guys agree with Bruno that the pressure and booing, from the home fans directed toward Liverpool players helped Manchester United? What do you think about that, Frank?
Well, I thought that was part of the game to be booed by the fans from the other team, but it brings you the willingness of making sure they're gonna shut up at some point. So scoring a goal, it's very nice as well, to make sure that they don't talk anymore. But it's part of the game, and it's always good, and I never complain about anything. It's part of our game, and it's part of our job.
I might be wrong, but I think the question is actually referencing
I don't think
Liverpool fans getting on Liverpool helping Manchester United.
I don't know.
Oh,
There was definitely whistling in that first half.
The Liverpool fans were not booing their players, but there were definitely groans of frustration.
There was whistles for sure.
Yeah, but there's difference between booing.
Yeah.
There was a universal frustration at times when players would turn back the way.
Do players sense that from the crowd? Like just what Bruno's saying makes sense then?
Well, yeah, of course you do. Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, you ask Kerikez whether he heard it or not, because the more he got the ball, the more he went backwards.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was, I think, the best example. When he got the ball, you could actually hear almost like a clattering of
because you knew it was going to happen. You're waiting for it, and then he does it. Now, he wasn't the only one, but he just did it more than anybody else. And when the reason you do that is because you're scared to make a mistake. That's why you do it. That's why he goes back. It's extremely safe, and you don't want to make a mistake.
Go on, Frank.
You know what? Maybe it doesn't help the away team, but for sure it doesn't help the home player team. No. That's for sure. I was the captain of Marseille, and we play at home. And when we had a bad result and the bad game, all the fans, 50,000, they were booing the players. It doesn't help, and it won't change the result. It's burying the players who don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. So if you're a fan, you have to understand that what you're doing is not serving your cause. It's absolutely stupid, and you are there, you're a supporter, so you're a fan, so just support. If you're not happy, you get up, you get away. I saw that at Chelsea against Manchester United, and you feel guilty about that. But we tried to resist, and we came back from 5-0 to 5-3 with my teammates. But we didn't feel the fans, our own fans, were hating us. That's the worst. That's the worst, because you fight against the circumstances, and on top you have to fight against your home fans. That's stupid.
The thing is, most fans don't want to boo. You know, there are some morons around that will boo people in their own team. But what most of you heard today was frustration. And I was doing it in the house. Now, if I was at the game, would I do the same? I don't think I would. But at the end of the day,
does it ever work the other way, where like that pressure from the fans makes you better?
For the away team?
No, for the home team. Like that.
No.
That we demand more. Does that ever bring the best out of a team?
No. The home fans shouting at you, booing at you, screaming at you, swearing at you, does absolutely nothing to make anything any better.
Next question we touched on in the show, will Salah keep starting? I think you said no. You said now's the time to make the move.
Well, I said it's definitely I think when Arne Slot goes into his team meetings with his staff now, it's a conversation.
Aye. He's in the vets.
It's a conversation, isn't it? It's like, what did Eintracht Frankfurt midweek, Champions League, he'll probably shuffle it up. He's got Brentford in the league after that. Which on paper's not the toughest game at the moment, but
they need it. They need it.
It's no easy game for Liverpool at the moment because they're not functioning as a team. So I think he's having a discussion. Yeah. The problem is we've had this kind of discussion actually recently around Jude Bellingham. You know, not playing for England. How's his position in the Real Madrid side going to be? Is he going to be an automatic starter? Which we think he will be. But if Thomas Tuchel has a bee in his bonnet with him at a World Cup and doesn't play him, how do you handle that player and how does that player react within the camp? Now, if Arne Slot... Now, go back to when Klopp took Salah off at West Ham. 18 months ago, whatever it was, he threw a strop. Yeah. Threw a right strop. So what if Slot drops him? How's he going to be in the dressing room? You've got to think about these things as well.
Stevie, what do you think the reaction would be from Liverpool fans if Salah's no longer like a lock in the 11? You think they'd be okay with it?
Yeah.
Really?
Proper fans, people that actually have an idea of what they're looking at, will kind of be thinking along the terms of what we're talking about here. You know, he had the situation with Wirtz where it became clear eventually he had to make a decision, and he made the decision. Now, the Salah one's a harder decision because it's Salah, but at the end of the day, regardless of who you are and what you've done, there comes a time when you're not helping in any way, shape or form that you have to be sat down, and that takes a strong manager. But it also depends on the player. It depends on Mo Salah. If Mo Salah realises how much he's struggling, then he has to be able to take that. And if he takes a strop and becomes a pest, then that tells you some not very good things about his professionalism.
Frank, you want to weigh in?
Mo Salah came out after the second goal, Manchester's second goal, and he came out. And where you would thought, you know, he will need Mo Salah to score a goal and to maybe draw that game. And Slot already started the changing for me. And he really thinks that Mo Salah was useless at that time. And he say, wow, okay, I have to make a change. So I really think that it's a possibility that the next game, maybe not Eintracht Frankfurt, but against Brentford, Mo Salah doesn't start, and it shouldn't be a problem because it's obvious to everybody that is not the Mo Salah we used to see.
You said would the Liverpool fans be bothered, and Stevie said no. But
Disappointed, yes.
No wins in. They've got 4 defeats in a row. The only thing fans are bothered about at the end of the day is winning games. Don't matter who pulls the red jersey on or the blue jersey. Or whatever
he was playing bad and they were winning.
Arsenal are winning.
Yeah.
City are winning. Those are your 2 biggest rivals.
4 straight losses, first time in a decade.
Well, that's why Verts kept playing, because he kept winning.
Right.
He was able to keep playing Verts.
As soon as the losses started happening, you had to pull him.
To try and get him into form, but when you start losing and it's the players continuing to do the same, comes a time for everybody.
For all, where's Don when you need him? Percentage chance, Man U, you're going to hate this question, Steve. Finish above Liverpool this season. Why does the panel keep picking
you go.
Liverpool?
I can't believe you even asked
What did I tell you about the stupid Man United? Shut this down. The whole thing.
You're right.
Shut it down. That's the stupidest of stupid.
I'm going to take that as a 0% then.
Oh my God. They couldn't win a game for... Oh my God. Jesus God.
Does Harry Kane not get enough recognition as one of the best players in the world? Frank, what do you think? Is Harry Kane underrated?
Don't think so. I think every time he does good things, we talk about it, and we were happy that he got his first trophy with Bayern Munich. I think it's an unfair statement. He's a great player. He's really a great player, one of the best strikers in the world, and we say it when we have to say it. And we mostly said, and how many times we said that he should leave Spurs to win trophies, because he's the kind of player who should be playing for big teams, and he does now for Bayern Munich, and I think everybody's happy.
That kind of question always gets me, in the sense that how does he not get the recognition? How, in the mind of this individual,
how do we determine what's enough recognition?
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like he gets a lot of love.
Yeah, right? I think there's a lot of respect. I think from his peers in the game, there's a lot of respect.
If you saw any list of like the top 9s in the world, he'd be included, right?
You know, and it's not just the fact he's at Bayern Munich now, which are one of the stronger teams. Let's be honest, he was doing it for years at Tottenham, who were not. They had the moments, but they were not the strongest.
All right, last question here. Are both the Premier League and Bundesliga races over? This feels very,
How would the Premier League be over?
Well, Stevie has said, I mean, your words...
Don't start what Dan Thomas says.
I'm not going to Dan Thomas you, but I will say
I was annoyed at the time, and I said...
Okay.
The truth...
There is a chance. There's a chance.
Of course there's a chance.
Okay, so we're not ruling Liverpool out.
I was upset.
Yeah.
I was getting upset.
Says things when he's upset.
But let's be honest. Right now, there is no question that Arsenal are big favourites. Absolutely. You can't rely on City. You can't rely on Liverpool.
They've not,
but it's October.
But they exactly.
It's October.
Frank, it's October, and Arsenal have not proven under this manager that they can get over the line.
What about the Bundesliga? Bayern with a 5-point edge over Leipzig and Dortmund. That one feels a little safer to call.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think so. Ultimately,
yeah. Bayern 7 wins from 7 matches. Perfect so far this season in the Bundesliga. All right, that'll do it for this edition.
Well, there's only one stupid Man United question, and for us, that's not bad.
I'll take that. We'll take that, especially on the day when they won.
That's not too bad. I thought there would be a barrage of them just flooding in with utter stupidity written all over them.
I think you telling the producer that before the
might
have helped a little.
Got rid of some.
How many do you think hit the cutting room floor once I made
there was a pretty good filtering for today's extra time. We'll be back for another edition of the show tomorrow. See you then.